Grand Rising Collective, how y'all doing? I got a lot of downloads coming in, and this rising, I've been up since 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. Spirit has been sending me a lot of downloads. Alright, and we're gonna get started in a minute. I told Spirit to hold on. Let me get on here before I say all this. So I can say all this. Thank you, Spirit. A lot of you may have been receiving downloads as well, and you're not trusting them. Confirmation. Especially some of you divine masculines. Give me 1 second, y'all. Trying to get it set up so I can see y'all. Hope y'all all are having a great rising. And a lot of y'all are starting to see some of the things that I have predicted come true. Okay? A lot of y'all thought I was not that part. A lot of y'all didn't want to believe in what I was telling y'all. And that's fine, I get it. Because a lot of my readings are way off. They way ahead. And some of them are not. That being said, Spirit is telling me that there's a lot of people coming to my channel, getting information, but not showing their support in return. And they're pointing you out. Okay? They've been pointing them out to me. And the message for you is, if you come to my channel, get a piece of information, then you need to make sure you hit that like button. Energetically, give credit where credit's due. You don't have to say thank you. You don't have to do any of those things. But by hitting that like button, you're paying energetically for the information that you're getting from me. If you don't hit that like button, a lot of you are going to face some things that you don't want to see. You're going to go through a hard time or have a rough day or whatever Spirit see fit for you. Okay? So I just want to put that warning out there. Stop taking what you don't give back. That's like stealing. Okay? So that like button is your thank you for the information that you've gotten off my channel. So those of you who have liked, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay? If not, you're robbing my information, and Spirit is going to start showing you why you shouldn't do that. They want me to explain to y'all who I am as a reader. I'm not just a tarot reader. I'm an oracle. I'm also a judge, a spiritual judge. Okay? So y'all wonder why I have all this judgment and all this stuff. This is what I'm guided to do. Judge me and you shall be judged. You know, Spirit has told me. I keep hearing it in my head and I'm like, Spirit, why y'all keep telling me that? They said, because for everyone who's judged you, they shall be judged on your channel. Because I am the spiritual judge. It's spiritual court here. Okay? I don't always hold spiritual court here, but I do. Thank you for joining me. Hit that like button. That might be me. Hold on, let's see. Yeah. I always put my like in there when I'm watching to see what y'all comment on. So I know who's coming in and not liking. But they also are telling me I'm the bringer of karma. I never understood that, but every time people ever wronged me, they've always received some type of instant karma. It could be something as simple as stumping their toe, you know? So if you've done something wrong towards me as of late since I've started this YouTube channel and things have gone wrong towards you or happened fucked up for you, know that I did not do that. That is the Most High sending down his judgment for judging me. Okay? There's a reading that I do have, but they're wanting me to talk. There's a lot of things that they have told me that I have not been sharing with y'all. So, y'all don't have to like me, but you will respect me, okay? So just know that if you've been on my channel, whether you're a reader, a false-ass reader, or just a unknown, hit that like button, okay? If you're getting information, make sure you're hitting that like button. Spirit is saying that is your energetic thank you, okay? Those of you who choose not to, don't look at the information. Click off, okay? But those of you who hit that like button, thank you. And Spirit said you're welcome. For my divine counterpart, Spirit is wanting me to tell you that I'm the judge in your justice. You don't know who you are or with purpose, but if you find yourself not liking injustice and you always seek to take vengeance on those who cause injustice, then that's who you are. That's who you are, and that's what you're meant to do. But Spirit is trying to teach you how to get there on a spiritual level. Okay? There's a way to go about it where you're not putting yourself in predicaments that's going to bring bad energy back onto yourself. Okay? They wanted me to tell you that. There's a karmic who's been pissing on herself. I was sitting here before I went to do my reading. I kept smelling strong adult piss. Not piss of a child. Adult piss. Someone who is getting inebriated because their life is falling apart because they put a lot of bad shit out there on divine beings. And she's pissing herself because a lot of things that has been spoken have fallen true for her. Okay? Also, the pregnancies that's been coming up in my reading, I feel like this karmic was pregnant. I kept feeling her energy, and I'm like, I know I'm not pregnant. I can't have kids. So I'm like, who the fuck is this energy coming from? You know? And the Spirit had told me that it was the energy of the karmic. This karmic used magic or whatever, manipulation, whether it was manipulation, spell work, magic. She abused her power over a masculine, a divine masculine. And that's what this reading is going to be about. To get this baby. To keep him stuck. This masculine turned into the King of Swords. He turned cold and distant. And not wanting to be touched. If he had addictions to anything, he's cut that out because that's how she was manipulating him. He was weak to her through his addiction, and therefore he was subject to her abuse. This masculine has gone cold. He's cut that out. He's gone into the King of Swords energy and into the hermit mode. He don't necessarily have to be off to himself, but he's doing more self-reflection. The hermit don't have to be isolated and alone to be in hermit mode. You could be right there in front of Mr. Chaos and go within. Now, this masculine has hid this truth. He's ashamed of it. He's disgusted by this karmic because this ties into that reading I did the other day where the tarot reader got outed. This same masculine don't want that truth getting out to his divine feminine because he's ashamed. He feels less than a man because this karmic emasculated him. Okay? Spirit is wanting me to let this masculine know that his divine feminine would not judge him for this action. She would actually sympathize for this action and call for justice to be served on the karmic. Okay? And justice is being served on this karmic. That's why she's pissing herself. I don't understand why this karmic is tapped into my energy. She watches my channel. I do know that. A lot of things that she has done has came out in the open. She's been exposed. She's living in fear and anger. She's angry, upset, and depressed. Okay? And she's pissing on herself. She's trying to hide that, but she's been pissing on herself. I keep smelling it, and I'm like, why do I keep smelling piss? And Spirit told me it's the karmic. The karmic that's being left behind is pissing on herself because she's terrified that all the malicious acts that she put out against this divine being is coming back to haunt her. Okay? She's obsessed with watching my channel, by the way. Whoever this karmic is. She think I don't know, but Spirit tells me every time. She's got a bunch of fake ass profiles. When I block her from one, she'll create another and come back. So I don't even block her ass no more that way. She's dumb enough to keep using the same profile. You know, so she's full of ego, this karmic. She's very egoic and headstrong. You can't tell her shit. She's a know-it-all. And she's one of those holier than thou Christians, but she hides behind that. She don't even truly believe in what she worships, you know? Because she turn around and do black magic and spell work and shit like that. I'm picking on this karmic. Picking her energy up. I'm not picking on her. She feels like that's... She thinks I pick on her. No, I don't pick on you. I'm just a messenger. Spirit tells me things that they want to be brought into the light, and I'm obedient. I bring the things that they tell me to bring into the light, into the light. If you're in a dark space, then Spirit is shining the light on you. This karmic needs to go get some help. Psychiatric help. This karmic has a stuttering. She stutters. I feel like she stutters when she's angry. When she's pissed, she stutters real bad. This karmic was coming up as a divine feminine who's pregnant by a divine masculine because she's been using spell work to cloak her energy as a divine feminine. She's not. She's a distorted feminine. This person rapes and abuse her power over men. If a man is sensitive, a true sensitive, she dominates over them through their insecurities. Okay? That's who this karmic is. She's all about money. And this karmic has physically, mentally, and sexually abused a masculine while he was intoxicated. And this masculine is cutting away from this energy. He's been burdened by this karmic for a very long time, but out of fear and her knowing how to pull him back into that comfort zone, he's been staying stuck with this energy. He knows that if he complies to what she wants, things go easier for him. This is a masculine who don't believe in putting his hands on a woman. But he's came close many times, but caught himself. He's actually left this karmic multiple times. But she whip her weave and pull him back in. feel like this time he's in the King of Swords. He's cutting away for good. He's taking actions even though he has a broken heart. Because I feel like this masculine truly loved this karmic. He sees her for who she is. He sees her as the manipulator that she is. And he has been taking his power back. The spirit wants to congratulate him on this. That they're proud of you for not stooping to her level and returning to physical abuse. Although there's been times you had to defend yourself, but you was not the initiator of the abuse. That's what they're telling me. This masculine has a divine feminine, and for a while he was confused about his divine feminine. But no matter what he did, he always had a secret crush, and he secretly admired her. He seen her as I got sugar mama and sugar daddy. Not as such as her being a sugar mama paying for what she won't, no. But a sweet woman. And he's sweet on her. And he knows that this divine feminine is sweet on him and that she would spoil him. And he wants to spoil her. That's what Spirit is telling me that sugar mama and sugar daddy card represent. I got it all right here before me. I'm just channeling the message that I got from the reading that I pulled earlier on the energy. It's all sitting here. Okay. I did pull it. Every morning I get up. Every rising I get up and I pull the energy. And not all the time I give that to y'all. Because they come out anyway. Spirit brings it out. They tell me what's going on, and then when I go live or record, it comes out what I read. So that's why y'all see me getting excited sometimes, because it's like, dang. I've been trying to understand my path as a oracle, a reader. And it's coming to me, And like Spirit told me, a lot of agents and ops came up against me to make me doubt myself. And they was like, no, baby, don't do that. Stand your ground. Don't give up. So, they know that a lot has been trying to discourage me in doing what I do. And I'm not going for that. Thank you all for the likes. Much appreciated. You will be blessed behind those likes. This masculine is wanting to reconcile with this divine feminine. He knows he broke her heart. He knows that she is his Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and he wants to give her the Ace of Swords, which is clarity and truth. He left her in the dark about a lot of things that was going on with him and why he was so cold and detached towards her. This feminine realized that about this masculine, and but every time she questioned him about it, he played it off as if it was nothing. But Spirit is revealing the truth of why he was so cold and detached, because this masculine has been sexually abused by female karmics. Yesterday, I got the channel song by Beyonce. It was several of them. Is They Don't Love You Like I Love You, which is divine feminine energy. Also divine masculine. He feels his divine feminine moving on. And he wants her to know that anybody that comes in her life will never love her as deeply as he loves her, even though he's hid this from her. Also for the divine feminine on that energy, she knows that these karmics don't love him the way that he needs to be loved. And she's ready to go the fuck off on these karmics. And she says she gotta look crazy, she'll look crazy. The other song, let me see. I don't want to get the name of it wrong. Let me pull it up. Oh gosh, I know it. I know the song. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I made sure I saved it. up. Give it a second, y'all. But in this song is this divine masculine don't trust women touching him. And he was saying that, let's see, it's also a Beyonce song. Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if this is it. Yes, All Night. All Night by Beyonce. That's the name of it. So many people want to fill up and touch up, fill up and touch up and rub you, fill up and touch up and rub you. Divine Feminine knows that these karmics only want him for sexual needs. She don't want that. Go look up Beyonce All Night and those lyrics. She's wanting him to know that true love never passed him by. She's seen your scars and kissed your cries. Kiss up and rub up and fill up. Kiss up and rub up and fill up. Maybe in some times when I can trust you, I'm going to kiss up and rub up and fill on you again, but with true love. This is the divine masculine. I feel in that energy. He has been cold towards his divine feminine because of what has taken place, what has harmed him. He's not trusting the touch of a woman anymore because the karmic he was dealing with abused him sexually. She would wait till he get intoxicated or feed his addiction to get him in a state where she could take advantage of him because this masculine was not sexually attracted to her anymore. Okay? Since he had met his divine feminine, that attraction left, you know? So look up All Night Long, well, All Night by Beyonce, and look at the lyrics. And they don't love you like I love you. Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you. Back up, they don't love you like I love you. And I feel like both the twins are feeling that way about each other. Let me turn this off. All right. So that's the channel songs for this reading. This divine masculine. He fears the touch of a woman. Okay. So divine feminine, if you're wondering why when you touch your masculine, go to lay your hands on him, he flinches. That is the underlying reason. He's been abused, and he don't like sharing that with anyone because he feels like he's less than a man if he shares that information. The spirit wants this masculine to know that it's true, men do get raped, and you should not feel ashamed of what happened to you. That instead, forgive these people, heal from it, because you're coming up with a Three of Swords. You have not healed from this. You're still heartbroken because in your moment of clarity, you see all the abuse that this karmic put on you. Okay? And it's fucking with your head. It's fucking with your head, and it's got you coming up in a Knight of Swords and a Knight of Cups. But you're truly a King of Cups. You're someone who's sensitive, loving, and caring, and kind. And you mask that by being in that King of Swords energy. Okay? You play hard. And you play hard and play like you pretend to be in emperor mode sometimes, especially when you're around your divine feminine, because you try to control how she sees you because you don't want her to see this side of you. You're hurting your pain, and spirit is saying take that mask off. Okay. Now, the cards that I got. Oh, snap. Oh, here they go. I was saying, where my glasses at, Spirit? I need my eyeballs. I'm going to give it to y'all, what I pulled. And then we're going to go further into this energy. I stopped because it was getting deep, and I said, I need to get this recorded. So I stopped. Okay. So I'm gonna give y'all. I just gave you channeled what I picked up off of the energy of these cards, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna show you what I got and how I came to these realizations. Again, if you're new to my channel, there's over 500 and something videos or more. Also, there's some hidden gems I never told y'all about. I have a Facebook business page called Creating Simple. On that page, I predicted COVID. I said COVID is doing a clean out. It's going to get worse before it get better. And it's getting better. It already got worse when it came with the new strand and all that shit. It's about to be a thing. It's going to become a common flu. You know, COVID is going to be looked at like a flu. A lot of people were leery about getting these vaccinations, and you was right to do so. Even the maker of the vaccine won't even take it. So, you know, it was made too fast. But Spirit is saying that those days are about to be over. Okay, COVID and all that, that's about to be a thing of the past. But there's something coming about. There's going to be a shift. Okay. A lot of y'all are going to sit back and reflect on who you was being, how you was being, and how you was judging others when this sickness was on the earth, okay? And they're calling for you to go back and reflect on it, because now a lot of you have adopted some real toxic behaviors behind that, okay? If a person cough around you and sneeze, the hate has grown even more. Even blaming others for the release of this disease. Nothing happens by chance, and whatever happens, Spirit let it was ordained to happen. Okay? So if it wasn't meant to happen, it wouldn't happen. Okay? But COVID is gonna be a thing of the past. Okay? Go find my channel on Facebook. It's called Creating Simple. There's a lot of predictions over there that when I first started out, I was still wet behind the ears. And if I went back and watched some of those readings, there are copycats in some of them that were pretending to be divine feminines. They're in there. I went back and highlighted that in the comments on some of those. I have not finished doing that. Spirit want me to go back and catch, because I wasn't, at that time, I wasn't using the term karmic. Okay? So they're now highlighted in some of them, not all of them. So you have to read your storyline where you fit. Divine feminists are not out here doing toxic ass shit to people. So please know that, okay? If anything, they're praying for them. So the good energy in there, that's gonna be the divine feminine. We got 8:08 on the clock. That's gonna be the divine feminine, and the toxic energy is gonna be the karmics. All right. There's a lot of gems I dropped over there. When I gave up. I think the last reading I did over there was on a Sagittarius, and I stopped from there. But then I stopped for a while and continued studying and practicing my craft. And then Spirit sent the call out, and I received it, and now that's how I'm over here on YouTube, so, which is where I desired to be in the first place. But there's a lot of messages that's not going to get out, because humanity ain't ready for y'all to hear these things, okay? There's a lot of things that I've said. Some of y'all caught them. And I need to make a correction on a verse I called out. It's not Proverbs, it's Psalms. Okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. So if you caught that reading, it's Psalms, not Proverbs. Okay? I do want y'all to know I am not perfect. I am in a human body as well, and I do make mistakes. But I ain't afraid to come back and correct my mistakes neither, okay? So, with that being said, there's a lot of you who've made mistakes, and you're fearing correcting these mistakes because it's more comfortable to just let the sleeping dog lie, but that's putting a hindrance and a blockage on you and your soul. So if you made mistakes in the past, it's time for you to correct your mistakes. Okay? That's what Spirit is saying. All right. So I was talking to my ancestors. I use these when I talk to my ancestors. This is the Ancestral Oracle deck. Ancestral Path Tarot. So I was talking to my ancestor. Okay? This masculine reading for is a King of Cups. Okay? His divine feminine is a high priestess. In the past, this masculine didn't believe her. This high priestess is his empress. Okay? We're going to give you their energy first. Alright? This divine feminine is about to come into an abundance for her obedience. Okay? This empress. Okay. Yeah, there we go. This divine masculine has been coming towards his divine feminine in an immature energy. But he's going to come back in this same energy because he has trust issues, divine feminine. Okay? The first card that came out of the reading was the Lovers. Okay? Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. The first card that came out in this reading was the Lovers. So I asked about the Lovers. So why am I getting energy on the Lovers? And I got the Queen of Cups. The Hierophant, who was a spiritual judge and a spiritual teacher. The Ace of Pentacles. And then I got, there's some more, but they're in the past, okay? This is what they want to give you from the past. This masculine was coming to you in the Knight of Cups and Knight of Swords energy. He was emotional, acting mostly off his emotions, and he love bombed you a lot because he was coming from a very dark space. Okay, this masculine was coming to you to fill his cup from you because it wasn't getting filled the way he was coming from. Okay, with this karmic, there was a lot of chaos, destruction, and I got the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Wands for this masculine, and the Ten of Wands for this masculine's past, this karmic energy he was with. Okay, and she's coming up as a Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this masculine is a King of Cups. This Queen of Cups is the divine feminine, his true divine counterpart, the lover, his true lover. Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant. Okay. This masculine sees this divine feminine as the sun, his happiness, his joy, as being someone who's very enlightened. Okay? He wants to give her the Ace of Swords, the truth. He also wants this brand new beginning with her. Okay? So he's coming in, divine feminine. He's coming in from a hurt space. Spirit wants you to know that. He's still wearing a little bit of a mask because think about it. Women are more open about painful experiences than men are. Okay? But he's going to give you a little bit at a time. You know? With this dragon here, with the blue, he's sitting on a lot of truth that he wants to give. He's going to give it to you. You see this yellow? He's listening to his intuition, and he's coming towards you to give you his truth, but he's going to give it to you in doses. See that cup? He's going to give you this truth in doses, so your spirit is calling for you to be patient. Okay? The more comfortable, that song, the more I can trust you, then I'm going to kiss up, rub up, and fill up. The more I feel comfortable with you in expressing my truth, the more you're going to get filled up on it. Okay? Wow. So this masculine, he wants to trust you. He knows he can trust you. But because of what he's experienced in the past, he's still coming in from a hurt space. So with all these swords. He's carrying his baggage. Okay? With the Six of Swords. That's why Spirit saying has been telling you to hear him out. Okay? He's gonna fill your cup with the knowledge that you need. But a little bit at a time. And some of y'all gonna be like, is that it? You see how she's looking? Because it's been a lot that he's put you through. And a lot that you intuitively know because Spirit has told you. Spirit has already gave you truth and clarity. Remember I said, Spirit said you're about to summit the mountain? This truth is going to bring you to that summit, okay? And you're going to see the sun again. Check the references, y'all. See the sun in the background? See the sun? Spirit said you're going to get the whole truth, but it's going to take a little time for him to get there on the summit with you, okay? Let him. See the sun? It's going to take a while for that sun to completely rise. I want to give that to y'all. Look. This is how he's coming in. Check the sun references. He's coming in with all his feelings and emotions for you. He's wanting this with these Japanese cherry blossoms. He's wanting a new beginning with you. But he is carrying a lot of baggage. And he's trying to make peace with this baggage. And he's holding a book. He's going to give you this knowledge, okay? He's going to give it to you. But little by little. The more he trusts you, the more he feels safe with you, the more he's going to give to you in truth and honesty, okay? He is your match, the King of Cups. See, there he is. That's the book. Thank you. He's holding the book. This masculine has been doing the work. He's coming from a very dark place, okay? And again, the sun references. I feel like this is you over here. He's been in the darkness with a karmic, a cold, ironclad as energy, okay? And he's looking back at that energy because he's like, no more. He wants no more of this. And he's kind of pissed at you, Divine Feminine, because you already had the secrets. You already had the knowledge, and you told this masculine with this white pillar on his side, what he's looking at, you told him the dark things that he'd been going through, or some dark things that he was going to experience. But this masculine looked at you and was like, no. But now, he took note. He knows that you was telling him the truth. So he kind of pissy about it. He kind of pissy like, that's that immature energy, okay? That's his immaturity. That's that little boy in him that still needs some healing, okay? He's like, you're the wise one with the gray hair. You the one Spirit gave all the knowledge and wisdom to. See the cup? Okay? So he's looking at you, you know, again, he's a man. Where the eyes? Yeah. He's a man, but that little boy is who you've been seeing. See how he looking? He making the same expressions. Like, man, what, I don't believe that shit. And now that it's come true, he's like, damn. He's like, damn. Damn, she told me the truth. Hence the cup. See the cup in the distance. This masculine's been watching you. He's been watching you, little do you know. And I think part of you knows that because you're looking at that cup. You're suspicious about this cup he's coming in with, okay? Spirit wants you to know he's offering you the truth, but in increments, okay? It's not going to be that big cup you want. You want the whole truth. See the difference? Thank you, Spirit. Spirit said you want the whole truth. See how the cup is surrounded in light and blue? Yeah. You want the whole truth so that y'all can balance out this shit. But Spirit said he's going to come with a little cup. His cup ain't that big right now, okay? It will grow. They're saying his cup will grow. And it's going to eventually match yours. He's got all this there, okay? His cup is going to get bigger. Look. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups showing up. His cup is going to get bigger. It's still smaller. cup is going to get bigger as he trusts you more. Okay? This masculine has trust issues. And his little boy in him needed healing. Okay? So he didn't want to listen to everything you were saying. And I feel like this masculine with the Hierophant head has some old spiritual beliefs too. But when he come in, he's going to be a little emotionally and blunt. Okay? Because part of him, that sword is the truth. The emotions is, I'm mad at myself, but I've been taking it out on you. Because I refused to listen. I refused to believe you about what you was revealing to me. Okay? So Spirit wants you to know to be patient. The Queen of Cups, she's patient. She's intuitive. She listens. She's nurturing. She's caring. You need to be in the energy of the Queen of Cups when he come back. Because truthfully, the King of Cups is there, but he's hidden by that little boy, okay? That little boy is still in front. But he's grown up into a teenager now. You know, he's not as naive as he was before when y'all first met. All right? Peace and blessings. How y'all doing? Let's see if anybody's talking. If you're talking to me, I don't see nothing. But how y'all doing? Welcome. When y'all catch this on a replay, go back and catch that beginning. It's a very important message there. Okay? Divine Feminine. Divine Spirit is calling you to trust in the knowledge that you have. You've been doubting with this blackness here. You've been doubting your gifts a little bit. But Spirit saying you truly hold the gifts. You hold the key. That you are adorned and anointed to do what you do. Okay? You are the judge. Okay? You are a spiritual judge. Okay? In what you do. You're a spiritual teacher. Some of y'all are just spiritual teachers and healers. Okay? And you're meant to help the women. These raise their vibration to come away from these Jezebel spirits into their divinity. Okay? That's who you are. You have people following you and listening to you, and they're passing your message along to these people who are in low vibration. And I feel like these people are other divine feminines. Okay? Who are stepping into their divine feminine energy. Okay? And they're helping you. You all are meant to help each other pass these messages to get these, especially the feminine energy, out of their low vibrational energy and up into their higher energy, because they're the first ones to encounter men in their lives and to encounter the children. Okay? Y'all are the first teachers. Yes, the fathers are important, not taking that from them. But the balance is not in its right place when it comes to mother-father dynamics. You have a lot of single parents out there, whether they're masculines or feminines. And if you're a single parent and you're a masculine, the Spirit is telling you that you have the power to embody the feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us, okay? And a lot of men is out of touch with that feminine energy, okay? They're out of touch with their emotions and feelings, okay? And instead, they use them to maliciously mistreat women, okay? And that got to change. If you've been in that energy where you manipulate women, when you downgrade women, I don't care if she's downgrading herself. You need to be man enough to put her back in her divine right place. Not further tear her down. And same thing for you women. If you see a woman not honoring herself and respecting herself, put her back in her divine right place. Same thing with the masculines. This could be masculine too. If you're in a position of power, and you know better, and you've been doing better, thank you, Spirit, then y'all's job is to help bring people out of this nasty energy here. Okay? To bring them away from the baggage of their past. To create a balance within humanity. Those of you who have done deep soul searching and know the truth, the way, and the light. The true way, the Ankh. This is the phallus of a man. This is the womb of the woman. For too long, it has been reversed. This is the extension of that man and woman, the children. When they come together, life force is created. This represents life. Now, the phallus has to meet the womb in order to produce offsprings, boy and girl. This has to be righted. Men need to start lifting the woman up again because she is more important than they have made her to believe. A woman is way more important to this world. Without her, you wouldn't exist. And I don't care what you say. They got science and technology now to keep the woman out of her truthful place. But the woman is the true hierophant, the true hermit. She needs to be put back on her throne. She's been kept, this has been a secret that's been kept for long times. Okay? The Spirit saying this is the truth. This is the truth. The woman needs to be put back in her place. Stop cutting her down and build her up. That way she can produce better offsprings. That way she can help heal the pains of her ancestors and the pains of her past. So that she can help bring up better offsprings. If you're out here producing toxic ass energies, they're getting wiped off the earth. Why do you think COVID hit? COVID wasn't by mistake, y'all. COVID was to wipe a lot of negative energy off the earth. And I'm not saying everybody that passed away were negative. Okay? But some people were collateral damage. I told y'all that before it got worse. You can go find it. It's on my channel, on Facebook, on my business page. It's there. I predicted it a year or two ago, before COVID got bad, before the new strain came out. When it first started, I believe. Go check it out. All right. It's called Creating Simple. It's on Facebook. You'll see my beautiful, big old pretty yellow face up there. Okay? COVID is going away. It's in its last stages. And now, Spirit is calling for everyone to go into it. Thank you. It's that thank you, Spirit. It's the new beginning. It's about to be a new beginning, okay? With COVID going away, everybody needs to do some self-reflection on who they was being during the time of COVID. Where you out here disrespecting, stealing, being greedy, selfish, taking all the food, because you're living in fear. Were you doing that? Y'all was being tested. Now Spirit is calling for y'all to do some self-reflection. And come away from that way of being. The 7 deadly sins were activated during COVID. And how many of y'all acted out of it? Okay? Y'all activated it. A lot of people got greedy and selfish. And they did some unbelievable acts towards people. You know? So now is the time to reflect on who were you during a time of crisis. Who were you? That's going to say a lot about your character. And that's something that needs to be healed in you. Okay? And back to this divine masculine, this divine feminine. These are true lovers. They loved each other from many lifetimes. Some of them go back to Egyptian times. A lot of people don't believe in reincarnation, but yes, these souls have been reincarnated on this earth many lifetimes. Now, the past, because I clarified the lovers. The lover is the divine feminine and the divine masculine. The divine masculine is coming in still in his night energy, but hiding the King of Cups because he has to rebuild his trust, okay? So keep that in mind, divine feminine. That's why Spirit's calling to be patient with your masculines. Be patient. Yes, he put you through a lot, but the name of this part of this game is patience. Okay? Also, messages that came out with the divine feminine. Again, this masculine, I said I saw the Three of Swords. He was healing from heartbreak, and so are you. Some of y'all are here Libras. Okay? When your masculine came to you in the past, you could have been dealing with a karmic Sagittarius. He was in his karmic energy. Low vibration in his south node. He had not moved into his north node, okay? Always give back to humanity. Yeah. So those of you who gave back to humanity during a time of a crisis, whether it's through your words, your kindness, your acts, your deeds, those of you who gave back to humanity, Spirit is saying congratulations. Congratulations. Some of y'all are going to win money. Money's just going to, you're going to receive a lump sum of money. Some of y'all have been manifesting a lump sum of money, and it's going to come for you divine feminists who's been doing the right thing, giving back to humanity, standing in your life purpose. Okay? Even if you're not a divine feminine, a divine counterpart, whoever you was being during the time of COVID, you're going to receive a blessing depending on what side of the wheel you fall on. Okay? This divine masculine at the time when he was in his karmic energy, he kept coming to you again, because like I said, he was not sexually attracted to this karmic. The sex with you was different. It wasn't forced. It was more natural. Okay? You didn't force this masculine to have sex with you. It just naturally happened. And he kept coming back to you because he couldn't hide that. He started thinking about you and would have arousals around the karmic, and he would come running to you to give it to you instead of giving it to her. Because she forced it. He didn't want it. This masculine wants to be your sugar daddy. And like I said, I don't see that as someone wanting to buy and pay, because you know the literal term of a sugar daddy, what that is. No, this masculine wants to be sweet on you. He wants to love you and nurture you like a true, not as your father, but he wants to give you that same kind of compassion and love as a father divine feminine, because you gave that to him with sugar mama. Okay? A lot of y'all are going through a new phase in your spiritual journeys. These divine masculines are going into a new phase with their spiritual journey because they're healing from this heartbreak. And divine feminine, you have too. You're moving up. Y'all are leveling up. That's why you're coming back. Okay? Because Spirit blocked some of these masculines from coming back because they were still in their karmic energy. Okay? They went through some troubles to get them in that hermit mode to self-reflect. Okay? This masculine faced a lot of bad luck. Okay? While being in this karmic energy. This could be a brown-skinned man. Divine feminine, all this heartbreak has left you not feeling well. Okay? Some of y'all have had some issues due to stress, left you feeling unwell. Okay? This divine masculine used to be a gang member, turned straight. He's no longer in a gang associated with gangs. And Spirit is saying, divine feminine, those of you who chose to keep loving and keep praying and keep healing, keep doing what you're supposed to do as far as your life purpose. Y'all about to come into some type of abundance, okay? And that's a promise from the Most High because you chose to keep giving back to humanity, regardless of what was going on with you, okay? It says, message from divine masculine to divine feminine. You are the best I ever had. No one has ever pleased me the way you do. You never took. It was just natural. And you gave whatever intimacy or sexuality, sexual acts you and this masculine perform. Spirit said it came straight from your heart. It came straight from your heart. That's why he couldn't forget about you in that way. That right there, some of y'all are healers, and you can heal through multiple areas in your body, okay? This masculine has always been a secret admirer of yours. And you, him. Divine Feminine, those of you who have not been feeling well, you've been healing from whatever illness you've been feeling, from all this stress and heartbreak. And yes, Spirit, like I said, I forgot all about this card. Like I said, there was a lot of people. You couldn't figure out where your doubt was stemming from. And like I said in the channel message, it was due to all the ops and karmic coming up against you to make you doubt yourself. That was the root cause of your doubt. Okay? It says, what is the root cause of your doubt? And I just told you what it was. Okay? This masculine also has had a secret crush on you all along. He's always had a secret crush on you. And I feel like that's mutual energy. Yeah, again, y'all are sweet on each other with sugar mama and sugar daddy. Okay? I feel like more so I got your back, you got my back. I spoil you, you spoil me. That's what I'm picking up. Not no toxic ass shit. This is the hidden energies between you two. Y'all want to spoil each other in every way possible. Message from divine masculine to divine feminine. You are not a one-night stand to me. Like I said, he kept passionately running in, having sex with you. That's because you meant more to him than you knew. If you didn't know how your masculine truly felt, this masculine all along wanted to spoil the shit out of you, but there was karmics, okay, interfering with y'all's connection, and one that played on his emotions. You are not a one-night stand to me. You are my everything. You are everything to me. Yeah, this masculine has always viewed you as something way more. That's why things were, that passion, that chemistry between y'all, that shit ran deep. It was equal balance. But again, the karmics got in the way. They got in the way. Okay? And caused you to doubt and caused this masculine to doubt. Both of y'all, this is mutual energy between the two of you. It caused a lot of doubt in this connection. These karmics did. And Spirit is calling for that doubt to be cleansed away. Stop doubting what you feel. Stop doubting what you've heard, what you've intuitively been nudged and picked up on. Stop doubting that. Okay? Oh, hold on, y'all. Sometimes drinking coffee dry your mouth out. I can't drink coffee without having water. Okay. Anyway. Y'all are each other's true happiness. This divine masculine, this divine feminine that I'm reading for. Y'all are each other's true happiness. Okay? And with this Ace of Wands, keep rising. Y'all are going to keep rising until y'all reach this passionate new beginning again, okay? The energy between y'all two is still rising. Some of y'all have doubted, thinking your masculine has given up or thinking your divine feminine has given up during this separation. But I don't see that here. I see a lot of healing that has taken place between the both of you. And both of y'all will keep rising. Y'all are finding the power within yourselves to step into your divinity and speaking life over your situations, praying, meditating. Y'all are getting back into that energy, okay? We keep rising. All right? Energy is frequency. You can't replace a high vibe and divine masculine, divine feminine. Right. That energy keeps rising. No matter how much, even during these separations, if you wanted to give up, it kept the energy between y'all kept rising because y'all energy is connected. Y'all are tethered to each other, whether you want to be or not. This is your soulmate, your counterpart. Divine feminine, you could be a brown skinned woman, you have brown skinned man, brown skinned woman. Spirit wants y'all both to affirm in yourselves. All I love lives forever in my heart. That's why this energy is frequent. Y'all love each other so much, y'all have lived forever in each other's heart for so long that, this is the love and happiness that y'all can't deny. No matter what these karmics has done, deep down inside, when you think about your divine masculine or think about your divine feminine, all you feel is really a sense of peace and joy and love and happiness with this person. And if y'all are passionate with each other, you feel nothing but passion for each other. So that can't be denied. And then we have a message from from Archangel Raphael, I feel like to both of you. It says, message from Archangel Raphael. Beloved, you are a resilient and fast healer. I feel like divine masculine, you need to believe this about yourself. Divine feminine knows this about herself, okay? And I feel like that's what this hermit is. And you're coming to a new understanding of that, of your value, of who you are, divine masculine. Because you didn't believe it in the past. But something has been revealed to you, and you can't deny it anymore, okay? I feel like you've tapped into your intuition with the high priest here, and that could be the truth, okay? But there's still some baggage that you carry. And Spirit is calling for you to balance that energy out, okay? And push past any fears that you have around this, okay? And learn how to be more expressive when you talk, okay? Because in the past, when you would speak and express yourself, it would cause tower moments, okay? Spirit wants you to come into the light with your words. Be more lighthearted with your words, okay? Be more kind, okay? But it says, message from Archangel Raphael. Beloved, you are a resilient and fast healer. I've never helped anyone so powerful than you. Be proud of how far you have come. We are so proud We are so in awe of you and your healing abilities. Hashtag pure healer. Okay? Some of y'all divine feminines, divine masculines are true healers. Okay? Alright. So that's all I got on the lover side positive note. We're going to go to the past, the bad side. That's the positive energy between the twins. Now we're going into the karmic side. And this is what caused all the root causes of all the doubt between your connection. Okay. Ooh, Lordy. What time is it? 8:43. Oh, gosh. Here we go. How y'all doing? Hit that like button. All right. Now, for the past. Let me get this right. You're showing up as, for the past divine feminine, you're showing up as the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? This is pre-Empress mode. You're tapping into your spiritual gifts. You went all the way. You had a lot of wisdom, but you were still young at heart, okay? With what you was doing. Your divine masculine is showing up as a King of Swords right now. That's who he is right now. That's the energy he's carrying. With the Nine of Staves, this masculine is a wounded warrior. He's been through a lot. He's very guarded, okay? He's also at the 10. He's very burdened. Hello. I'm not doing personal readings at this time. All right. This masculine is at a 10 of wands, okay? He's reached his his limit and his burden with this stuff that's been going on with this karmic. And just because it's a feminine energy don't mean anything. He's healing. He's looking back, all the way back, for where all his pain came from. What is the root cause of your doubt? He's starting to look back, all the way back from his past, where he started. And I feel like there's a bond between him and his mom that needed healing. I feel like as a little boy, with his mom being in white, this masculine could have lost his mom at an early age. And he was left to fend for himself. Okay? Wow. This masculine was left to fend for himself at an early age, which is another reason why he was always guarded and wounded, because his masculine has been suffering a lot since he was a child, which kept him in his King of Swords energy. He had to always constantly defend himself against others. That's what his divine masculine is. All his life, he's had people, friends, and family trying to tell him how to lead his life. And all the troubles and the other people coming in the way has taught this masculine to stand up in his own divinity, to remember who he was, and to not worry about what others have to say. That he has that wand. He was the one chosen, the staff, to choose his path. He's learning that with this 5 of wands. But he knows that there was a lot of people. He's standing in it. He knows. With his left foot forward, he knows the truth and who he is. He's standing in that now. That all his life, people tried to put him down. People tried to make him feel like he was not worthy then. But the truth is, his ancestors been trying to tell him he stood above them the whole time. That he needed to keep rising. He was chosen, and he went through these adversities and challenges for this very reason. Because he is the bringer of justice. He's seen enough suffering in his lifetime. A lot of wrongdoings, and he came away from that. This masculine could have got wrapped up in the games at a young age. With the 5 of Swords, he dealt with he learned to manipulate people at a young age too. That's why he's a magician too, because a magician can manipulate energies. But he was a magician in the reverse. But the light has been shown onto him how to use his abilities in the right way. Okay? Also with the present, this masculine has always felt like he didn't belong around the people. With this 5 of Pentacles, he's always felt like an outcast, like he didn't belong with the people he came up with. He always knew there was something different about him. But with this karmic also brought all of this energy. The 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the King of Swords. She truly brought the King of Swords out. The 5 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands. This Queen of Pentacles, this is someone who manipulated this masculine to get a child, to get pregnant. She thought she's very smart in what she was doing. She was working under the moon to do what she did. This child was born, stillborn. This child is not going to make it to this world, okay? Because she got this child by way of magic and spell work. Yeah, she was plotting and planning on this masculine to keep him stuck. And with the Hangman in reverse, this child is not going to be able to make it. This child is going to die in her womb. And this could have already happened. Okay? The reason why I say that because we got the Tower on that. Spirit did not like how she manipulated this masculine when he was under the influence to get this child. Okay? This is a Page of Swords energy. She's very manipulative with her words. She thinks she's very cunning and smart. She thinks she can get ahead of people. But Spirit saw everything she was doing and plotting and planning on this masculine. She's a very immature energy. This is someone who's never healed her inner child. This masculine, when he met you, Divine Feminine, he had a choice between two. And this is how this masculine viewed you. Okay? As this princess of spades. Someone very beautiful. Someone very strong. But still had a lot to learn. Okay? He feel like you still have a lot to learn. But he also seen you as someone very loyal and true. And very abundant. This masculine had a choice between two. He had a karmic. And then he had his divine feminine. He needed to shield himself from the karmic and be more honest and open with you. This masculine tried to protect both of you from each other with his cloak surrounding them both. Because like I said, this masculine had love for both of you. He now realized now as he's moving into his emperor energy, that King of Cups energy, that he needed to protect himself from this karmic and close this cycle. Yeah, because he realized that this karmic was not destined to be on his path, that you were the one truly destined to be on his path. This masculine could be looking into astrology now, learning about astrology, learning about zodiacs and all that. He could have done it, finally pulled up his birth chart. This masculine is now in his Nine of Pentacles energy. He's single. He's cut away from his past. Okay? Now, why this masculine did what he did? This karmic. This karmic used this masculine to get close to this divine feminine, to learn about her. Like I said, this karmic cloaked herself to show up as the divine feminine by way of spell work. I only got close to you to get with your friend. This karmic got close to this masculine, kept calling him in because she wanted information about his true divine twin. This is someone who went and got readings done so they know what's going on. Yeah. With sellout, I got that this karmic tried to turn his masculine into a sellout, trying to make him betray his divine feminine. Also, she's a sellout. She sold herself out with this magic, okay? She has went damn near broke doing all this spell work on this divine feminine and this divine masculine. Yeah. So she got the child so that she could receive income because she knew this divine masculine was destined to come into abundance as well. So to get payouts from this divine masculine, that's how this child came into play, to get his money. Okay? She was the creator of all the stagnant energy. The stagnant energy is also the stillborn in her womb. And also, she created all the stagnant energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because divine feminine picked up on that with the Page of Wands. She was being used for information. Okay? Or Princess of Wands. This karmic is now, she knew that this masculine had found something great and he wanted to move towards that. As you see, the black lion is in the past. And it laying on my table, the black lion is in the past position. The golden lion, which is the divine feminine, is in the future position. Okay? That's the one he holds the torch, holds the wand, the one who's been enlightening him with this with this thing. Oh, what are y'all saying? Hold on. I can't see what y'all saying. You're welcome. I don't know if I don't pronounce your name, you start with an OR. I don't want to foul your name up. Chen, hi, how you doing? Yeah, I don't do personal readings. You subscribe. Thank you for your subscribe, Chen. I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you are too. V, hello. Yeah, y'all, they don't pop up on my phone often, and for some reason they wasn't popping up on my other screen that I got over here. I see them now. So those of you, if I didn't say anything to y'all, hello, 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 welcome, welcome. Okay. I have to fool with it because they'll hop off, especially on my phone. I don't know how to get them to stay up here where I can see y'all. Every time I try to catch it, he's like, phew. I'm like, fuck it. So I got another device over here that will keep y'all. Thank you for your like and subscribes. Thank you. I got another device over here that I can keep up with it, but sometimes if I don't pay attention to it, I have to open it, close it, and open it back up. But this karmic is suffering from depression. All right, this karmic is depressed without you in my life. I feel like this is multiple energies here. This is a mutual energy. The karmic is depressed because this child is not going to give her what she needed. She wanted this masculine's money. Okay? She was codependent on this masculine for his money because she feared change. Okay? For whatever reason, she feared this change. She knew her time with this masculine was up, so she made a last-ditch effort using paying practitioners or doing this herself. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. Some of them could do it themselves, and some of them was paying practitioners and sold out their money. I mean, ran out of money doing this work. Okay, so that's why this masculine is also in the King of Swords. All the illusions and the deception that this Queen of Pentacles for putting this masculine through spell work, he now has truth and clarity. He could see through it. Do you understand? She kept his mind cloudy. He couldn't see. He couldn't think straight. He wasn't looking at all facets. That's why he cast a lot of judgments towards his divine feminine and doubted her. Because this Queen of Pentacles feared losing her masculine, which is not her masculine, by the way. What the karmics don't realize, if you were a divine counterpart, he or she is not your counterpart. You are in their life to teach and learn lessons. The both of you are meant to learn and learn from each other and move the fuck on. Pay off karmic debts and then move the fuck on. Not stay. You know? Not stay together, because why some don't want to let go. Some karmics don't want to let go because they fear change. And when you fear change and then you have this cognitive dissonance, your core belief, you're afraid to change anything about yourself, you stay stuck in this karmic cycle. Okay? And you hold on and you do destructive ass shit that's against yourself, when all you got to do is let go and let God. When you let go and let God, let go and let your ancestors, let go and let your spiritual team to do the work for you, to show you where you're meant to be, then you can get on your true path. Some karmics missing their blessings because they don't know how to let go. And this is what this karmic was. Somebody that didn't know how to let go, refused to let go, a very stubborn, nasty, selfish, greedy, I don't give a fuck about nobody but myself because I don't know how to love myself energy. I pretend to be everything that I'm not. This was a great pretender, a faker till you make it. That's who this was. I don't do that fake it till you make it bullshit. That's false and phony. Fuck that shit. as false and phony. This karmic has suffered from depression for many years. She's never healed her childhood. So she has projected her poison onto every man that she has met in her life. This masculine was trauma bonding with this karmic. That's why he felt that love. He felt compassionate towards her because he sympathized with her of what she'd been through. If she shared her past with him, he sympathized with her. But yet, he had to realize he was in that Stockholm syndrome where you are falling in love with the abuser. That's what was going on here. A masculine fell into Stockholm syndrome, falling in love with his abuser. This masculine has always presented himself as a king of swords, cold and cutting and detached, like he has no feelings, because his heart has been broken. Men handle heartbreak way differently. He's been detached from his feelings for a while. That's why this karmic energy felt comfortable, because she was cold too. So he didn't have to give to it as much, no feelings to it. But they was there because he can't hide who the fuck he truly is. He's a king of cups. He's a sensitive. Just like his divine feminine, who's a queen of cups, a sensitive. This karmic did all the shit because she was depressed and she didn't know what she was going to do without him in her life. This divine masculine, since his divine feminine has moved on and walked away, he's been depressed and feeling like what he's going to do without her in his life because she was his truth and his happiness, his true love. Divine feminine, even though she's walking away, she's coming out of that depression, but she's still wondering what is her life going to be like without him in his life, in her life. That's a mutual energy for all three of these energies I'm reading for. It says, fear change. People who are too comfortable in their comfort zone. It's time for a change. This karmic is too comfortable in her comfort zone. This divine masculine has grown uncomfortable in his comfort zone because now losing something that was good for him, something that brought him happiness, that wanted him to come out of this King of Swords energy and display that sugar daddy, sweet energy towards this divine feminine, this spoiling energy, wanting to spoil her, give her the world. That's what I'm seeing. Not a sugar daddy buying for the pussy and all that shit. No. Not the toxic sugar daddy. That ain't why the Spirit said these are not sugar daddies and the sugar mama of the norm. These are two people who will spoil the fuck out of each other because they love each other that much. Whatever he needs, she got him. Whatever she needs, he got her. That is who he truly wanted to be with this divine feminine. But because he was given to this other situation, he was also stuck in a comfort zone, trauma bonding, because he feared change for at a time. Because his karmic played on played on him. It made this masculine feel like I said, there was other people making this masculine feel like he was not worthy to have something like this in his life. And yes, that came out to confirm everything I was saying in this reading. That was my confirmation when I did this reading. Spirit said I was on the right track because I asked and I got my yes. So, right here, my date raped me and I don't know if I should call the police. This masculine don't feel like, because men don't feel like that they're able to be raped. So why would you call the police? Why would you say anything? Because you think people are going to judge you and look down upon you like, oh, you talking about that woman ain't raped you. How that woman raped you? It's possible. It's called manipulation. This woman manipulated this masculine when he was intoxicated to get him up. She would get him intoxicated on purpose to get him up and then have her way with him. And her whole intent was to get this baby because she didn't know what she was going to do financially on her own. This woman was an abuser. She was an abuser of this masculine. And for her misconduct, this woman has suffered many heart attacks. Karmic debt for misconduct, heart attacks. I did a reading where a divine masculine's mama was given this karmic, those heart attacks. She said she was squeezing her heart. This karmic been getting heart attacks or feeling palpitations in her heart. The major one is going to come if she don't stop what she's doing, is what I'm hearing. But these silent heart attacks she's been having, that's due to this masculine's mother who passed away. That's why she's coming back at her. This mother is attacking this karmic for abusing her son. Okay? This divine masculine didn't take the time to get to know this karmic before he hooked up with her. He just went on a spur of the moment and hopped in this shit and didn't really get to know who this woman was. Okay? Stranger, unknown, attachment, danger. You are not safe. But you are safe because we got you. Okay? Spirit, his mom was giving this masculine these nudges to make him, let him know that he was attaching himself to a very dangerous, hidden enemy. Okay? She said, you're going towards danger, but I'm going to keep you safe. And he did. He went into that danger. He didn't know this karmic the way he should have. He didn't take time to get to know her. And he got caught up in a dangerous situation. She was a hidden enemy. He did not know. This karmic was a man beater. This was a woman that would learn a man, realize that he has any kind of compassion and empathy, and show any signs of sensitivity. She saw that as a weakness. She saw that as a weakness. That's not a weakness. That is actually a fucking strength. If you got compassion, love, and empathy in your heart, that is a fucking strength, whether you're a man or woman. And this karmic don't know that. Okay? So divine masculine, Spirit said, do not be ashamed of your sensitivity. Just because you're sensitive don't make you gay. Just because you have feelings and emotion and compassion for others does not make you a lesser or weaker being. It actually makes you stronger. Because love is the highest vibration of there is. I don't give a fuck. Love is the highest vibration of money and anything on this earth. So, this karmic don't know that. So she abuses men who she sees as sensitive or viewed as less than. That's what this masculine got caught up in. He didn't take the time to get to know her. And this woman has been abusing her power over him, and she's been putting her hands on him, beating him. He's not going to admit that first out, but you've seen the signs, divine feminine. You've seen the signs. This masculine has hid all this from you. And this is his truth coming out. Whether he's going to tell you now or not, this is his truth coming out. And Spirit wants you to know that. That's why they want you to be gentle and take it easy on this masculine. Because yes, you're upset. You've been heartbroken through this situation too. And they trying to help y'all stay together because in the past you didn't know that. And y'all could have had fights and arguments too. And that caused your masculine to flee from you because you started to remind him of this karmic. Because he's not understanding. He did not have the clarity to understand that you was coming from a loving space, not a hurt space. Okay? So, when your masculine comes back in, Spirit wants you to be gentle, and be patient with him because he's going to be in that Knight of Swords energy. He might say some things that could be hurtful, but he's emotional. He's still healing. You've probably already healed, divine feminine. Your masculine is still healing because I did get a 3 of Swords. And it's crazy how I did that. I got a King of Wands in the upright. I was cleaning and setting up for the reading, and there, from the same deck, I got the King of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the Reserve that popped out. I got Justice. I got the 7 of Cups. You have been explaining to this masculine the truth of his situation. He didn't want to admit it, but he sees it now. With the 7 of Cups, he sees it. They want me to pull it up. Yeah. This is your masculine now. He sees the truth. And he's not feeling too happy. He's still in that 3 of Swords. He's still hurting. Okay? Here you go. I didn't put him back in. Yay! I didn't mix them in. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. That's why I said just put them on the bottom. Don't shuffle. I was cleaning up, getting ready, right? And the deck fell over. None of them flipped over. The only ones that flipped over were these. And I told you I don't believe in coincidence because I had already pulled this energy earlier this rising. This is a King of Wands we're talking about. He was showing up in the past as a karmic. This is Gemini, Libra, no, this is a Sagittarius energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. But with the Temperance, it's a Sagittarius. Also, we got Sagittarius out here 3 times, okay? So this is a Sagittarius who was in his low vibrational energy. He was showing up as a karmic when you first met him because he still had karmic energy attached to him and he did not know who he truly was. He didn't know that he was royalty. See that gold lion? Y'all match. Do you see? That's you. That's him. He knows it now. Do you see? He put you on the back burner because he didn't think you. He was still looking back at the karmic. All the time, he held a torch for you, though. This is you. This is the karmic. And what he's now shielding his energy from, because he's received enlightenment about this person. He knows that the stars are aligning for the two of you to come together. Okay? He's now realizing who he is. He's taking action to step into that power, to go towards where his true flame, twin flame is, which is you. Okay? I love how shit tied together. These fell on the floor and I picked them up, put them back in the deck, but I didn't shuffle it. Thank God. This masculine, it's like I said, he's going to come in slow. He's learning something new right now. But the light is being shown and his spirit is working with this masculine. He's seeing the truth. He's wanting peace. He's holding a peace pipe in his hand. Okay? He ain't no more smoking that damn dope. He's smoking that peyote. The smoke of the gods now. Do you hear me? Whatever he was doing on low verse, look at him. He's got his feather in his hair. He's being guided by spirit. His hair has grown. His wisdom. He's new at it. But he's being rebirthed. And he's stepping into his royal bloodline. Do you understand? He's also, with his jet being covered with this sacred seal, this masculine is not having sex with people. He's purifying and cleansing his energy. He realizes his loins are royal. And he's not sewing them with anyone. They're being protected and they're covered. This, to me, represents celibacy. That's what I'm picking up off. So if you've been thinking your masculine out here screwing around, fucking around, not this masculine. Yeah. He's been guided by spirit to keep his jet cleansed. So that white smoke represents purity. To keep his jet cleansed. But there's still some toxic energies trying to infiltrate this masculine, trying to persuade him to go back into the darkness. The spirit got their hand on him. See that dark energy there? He's got a lot of darkness from his past. This masculine know he ain't perfect. He's been down the road. He know. But he's never lost that torch for you. Yeah. He's coming in with a broken heart. He's cutting away from friends and family that no longer serve him. And Spirit is saying, this is you. You're going to be guarded towards this masculine. Because it's been a block between y'all. And that's due to what these karmics did. But with these blossoms, this masculine wants a new beginning. He wants to rebirth some things with you and things to grow. He realized this shit kept him in the fog, in the clouds. And he's coming out of that shit. The fog has hit the ground. It's no longer in his head. It's at his feet. And he's smashing that shit away. He's getting the fuck away from it. Okay? And these people are going to be hurt. This karmic is looking at you. If you look at it, this is you over here with your sword. You putting your sword down like Spirit is guiding you to. You point your sword down, Divine Feminine. Spirit is guiding you to point your sword down. And you are. Okay? This karmic is watching you, Divine Feminine. Okay? I feel like this is you in spirit over here. This is karmic, the karmic, and maybe she got children. They have some hate in their heart. All have hate in your heart towards you. This could be friends and family because they feel like you pulled this masculine away from them. But the truth was, this masculine was meant to walk away from this energy. Okay? So this karmic is looking at you with some fucking anger. Okay? He's walking away. He's leaving that shit behind. He's bringing justice to himself. Okay? He's taking control of his life. And he's coming so you and him can reap this harvest of this new beginning. He's wanting to reconcile with you. And this masculine probably wonders, have you hooked up with someone else? This is your divine masculine. This could be a soulmate. But this masculine probably wondered, had you hooked up with somebody else? He's coming to offer you his truth. Okay? Because little do you know, by you standing in the light, by you teaching and doing what it is you're meant to do, you've been predicting what this masculine is going to go through. He now sees it with truth and clarity now. With the 7 o'clocks, he's out of the confusion. Oh shit! I never looked in that cup, y'all. In this cup, it has a halo, a crown, a masculine with the eye raw, and a peace lily. You led this masculine back to his divinity. Do you see that? That is a halo, a crown, a masculine, the eye of Ra, or Horus, and a peace lily. You brought peace back in this masculine life by standing in your life purpose. God damn. But you told him about all the shit that was going in. About how people was going to rise against him. Hold on. All right, hold on. Somebody's talking to me. Let me open them back up. I'll forever leave the past behind in every aspect. Yeah, I mean, we gotta learn. We can't hold on to things. When we hold on to things, we're not making room for new things to come in. You know, that's because we get stuck in our ways. You have to be open to release. If you're open to release things, then you should. Then you're open to receive what the Most High got for you, what the universe, what your ancestors trying to give to you. A lot of people don't believe these ancestors still here on the spiritual realm. Bullshit. Mine have shown me. I woke up, people may think I'm crazy, and I don't give two shits. I woke up with King Tut standing at the foot of my bed. Scared me to shit. I was like, what? That's why I don't doubt this shit. You know, because I ain't crazy. Just like y'all looking at my face in this camera, that's who I saw with his crown. And I freaked the fuck out. I said, Spirit! I said, Spirit, what's going on? They said, calm down. I didn't know what it felt like to be touched by the divine. And I was scared shitless. I ain't had nobody to walk me through this shit. I had to go through it by myself. And the more that I got comfortable with it, the more I realized it wasn't there to harm me. And the more they pushed me to learn, that's why y'all see I have, you know, I got a ton of channeled messages. And a lot of it was to tell me, you're okay. You know, I learned to channel. Shit would pop up on my screen. And because I had started letting shit go. So more was coming in. And just out of nowhere, I don't believe in coincidence. Out of nowhere, shit would start popping up on my news feed that resonated with what I was going through at the time. So I would click on it and watch it. And these readers would be like telling me what I was going through. And I'm like, so that's what it is. And they was laughing. Some of the readers would laugh because they was like, Spirit is cracking up because they saying you terrified shit. You damn right I was. I was scared to shit because I didn't know what I was going through. I never felt that shit. But once I got that confirmation of what I was going through, I was like, okay. So they was letting me know where my royal bloodline comes from. I had King Tut standing at the foot of my bed. Freaked me the fuck out. Just as good as my eyes are open right here, right now, looking at you. I just woke up and cleared my head, cleared my, coming out of the slumber of sleep, and got my eyes focused, and sure enough, standing at the foot of my fucking bed. I freaked the fuck out. There was a spirit somebody had sent my way. And it was an evil spirit. I haven't shared that picture with many people. Somebody sent some black evil energy my way, and my daughter caught it on camera. That scared the shit out of me too. That's why King Tut came through, to let me know why I was being attacked. I've even seen visions of my ancestors' face in their war paint, and I can't draw, but I drew their faces. I drew their faces clear as day, and through channeling, and that spirit was attacking me. And my kids was like, they thought I was crazy at first, but when they seen, because I was using sage to cleanse myself, and when I would get near that entity that was coming near me, that sage would like fireworks. And I later learned that was that entity coming to attack me, and that sage was keeping it back. I learned how to attack myself because I was attacked. You see? And a lot of people don't believe in that shit, but when Most High got his hands on you, he gonna wake you up to the truth, and it's gonna scare the fuck out of you. He's gonna scare the fuck out of you. But you gotta stand strong in faith and know that the Most High ain't gonna put nothing that you can't bear on you. And that's what I did. And I learned to fight back. I got images of my ancestors in my home. I have even creatures that's not of this world that guard me. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I got an image of a home I used to live at. Once I got that evil spirit cleansed off me and out of my home, an entity showed up at my back door. I had two, one in the front door and one at the back door. They stood guard. One was a child. I had a miscarriage. I had two miscarriages. I had two children standing at my front door watching God, spirit forms. And my kids would be like, Mama, it's a little boy down there. Because my kids are gifted too. And she's like, Mom, it's a boy that I can't see them. At that time, I could see them now, but at the time, I could not see them. I was still wet behind the ears. And my kids, they would be like, Mom, it's a little boy in here. I'm like, ain't no little boy in here. What are you talking about? And then I started feeling its presence. I could feel them, but I couldn't see them. And she's like, he's standing at the front door. So one day, I wasn't paying no attention. This is before I could actually see on camera. I had cameras in my home, and she pointed him out. She said, see, look. She said, there's another thing at the back door, and I don't like it. So I got to questioning the cars. I go in the cars, and they let me know that it was a friendly entity, that entity was not there to harm me. It was actually my protector. It's been with me all my life, protecting me from hurt and harm. I shouldn't be on this planet today. Do y'all know how many attacks my life has had? I should not be sitting here talking to you right now. The enemy has tried to take me out multiple times in multiple ways, and I'm still here. Even used me against myself. I've attempted suicide twice when I was in low vibrational energy. Yeah, that's what the enemy needs, a low vibrational energy in order to attack you. And I was coming out of that. I was rising into my divinity when that attack happened, and that entity was attacking me in my home, and I had to stand up and fight it. I even went so far, I went and cleansed myself in the fucking river. Went to Goddess Oshun, told her to seal me and protect me. That's how terrifying that experience was. I had actually just came back from Miami, South Beach, Florida, when that happened. And I was a terrifying experience for me. I bought a piece of jewelry from a vendor down there, and it was supposed to attract money to me. But this person was of the dark arts, and I did not know that. That's why you have to be careful who you buy jewelry and shit from, especially people of spiritual knowledge, you need to be careful of that. I was wet behind the ears. I didn't know. I had to go through these experiences to learn how to protect myself, you know. And I came back. Everything was fine. All of a sudden, I kept feeling a hot presence around me, and I didn't understand why. My money started depleting instead of coming in. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is going on? And I had this evil eye, but it was white. It was on a red string. I knew what it was for. It was purpose. So I purchased it from this woman. And I even gave her a tip. This woman, she put it on my arm, and then she held my arm tightly. I'm trying to pull back. She wouldn't let me go. She started speaking in tongue. I don't know what she was speaking. And when she let me go, she looked at me and she walked the fuck off. This woman felt my energy. She saw my light before I knew my light. See, some people are woke to who you are before you know. And they'll do whatever they can to keep you stuck from standing up in that. They want you to stay sitting down, not knowing who you are. That's why your life was filled with burdens. That's why you went through all the experiences and painful things you went through. But you have to stand up in your own power. You know? I went through that. I thought I was crazy and losing my fucking mind. My ex-husband, he even went so far as trying to call the spirit onto him. Because he started noticing, he knew something was wrong. Out in the dead of winter, I was outside in my night clothes, no clothes on. I refused to, it ran me out my house. The day my daughter caught it on camera, she was asking me, she said, Mom, I can't get my camera to turn off. Can you help me fix it? She had a school laptop. And I was homeschooling my kids at the time. And I said, yeah, give it here. I'm sitting on the foot of my bed, and next to my bed is a closet. My door is open. You can see my clothes and everything. I'm a neat freak with my shit, so everything has a place, you know. So you can see in my closet, and it's neatly ordered. Okay, when she handed me the laptop, the closet's in view. It looks like it looks to me. She was like, I was trying to figure it out. She's like, I think you gotta hit this. And she reached over, and when she did something, she hit the touch screen and snapped a picture on accident. I still got this picture to this day. There's a dark entity, like a demon, standing over me. And his arms is displayed like this. And you see in front of him my face being like he was draining my life force, and my eyes were turned black in that picture. My daughter, she looked at the picture and screamed. She said, Mama, what's wrong with you? And I was like, the fuck you talking about? And I turned and looked at what she had captured. And I grabbed her hand, and I grabbed my children in the dead of snow and ran out of my house. Called my ex-husband, who I was divorcing at the time, come get us. Come get us now. And he came reluctantly because he didn't really believe it. But when he got there, we're all outside. He looked, the curtain in my living room, opened. That spirit couldn't come out the house. It couldn't come outside. So we were safe outside. My kids, it wasn't bothering my kids. It was after me. It was after me because of who I am. And my kids, I told them, it's not out there. Go back in the house. They went back in scared, but they stayed right at the door, at the threshold of the door, so they can get warm, because it was dead of winter. And my ex-husband get there, and as we leave, I told him, take me to the river, because I had made some ancestral cards. I didn't know why I made these ancestral cards. And they said, get to the water. Because I had them bring my cards out, the ones that wasn't scared. I had them go in and get my cards out. And I asked my ancestors what I need to do. They said, go to the water. And when I got there, there was a little bundle of herbs that somebody had left there. They told me that it was an offering there. I thought I needed to make an offering. They was telling me that there was an offering there to help cleanse me. I get there, there was a bundle of wildflowers, some roses and stuff like that. And they was in a bundle like this, but they was not tied. Somebody had set it out in the sun on top of a log by the river to dry out. And spirit, my ancestors let me know that was an offering for me. I took these herbs and I brought them home. I jumped in this in the river that's dangerous. You're not supposed to jump in this river. I literally jumped in that fucking river with all my clothes on. I had a nightgown on. I told you I did not take any clothes. I left out of the house. The kids out. They threw me a blanket outside. I was wrapped up in a blanket on my front porch, terrified because there was an entity after me. And my ancestors told me to go to that river and pray, and that's what I did. And at the same time, my ex-husband, he seen it. I had eggs and everything. I was cleansing myself, doing the egg ritual, cleansing my energy and all that shit. Because I was terrified. I was doing everything you name it, you know. I did that. And I jumped in that river. Ice damn cold in the dead of winter. In a nightgown. Nothing. And I left. It didn't cleanse it. And they said you have to go to a psychic. And I'm like, who? There's one psychic in that town that I knew of. And I went to her. I showed her the picture. She said, come in. She took me in. She cleansed me. She gave me these herbs and these oils to rub over my body. I had to take several spiritual baths and light white candles to cleanse my energy. Did an energy clearing. And I had to do that for for 4 months. And she told me how to cleanse and seal my home. I cleansed and sealed my home. I finally got that spirit off of me. She said it was an evil, old-ass spirit that somebody conjured up on me. That person now is paying for what she did to me, you know? But it didn't want my ex-husband. It wanted me because of who I am. The enemy's been trying to wipe me out because the Most High got his hands on me. And I never knew that. One thing, even though I denounced my Christianity, I never gave up on the thought that there's been a Most High God. You know, somebody had to create this shit. I didn't, you know? So I never gave up faith in there being a God. But the teachings that I was being taught, they did not resonate with my spirit. And I never chose Christianity. It was forced upon me. So I started learning new ways of being. I got open to learning something new. And therefore, I found spirituality. You know, I still keep some of my core beliefs, the things that did resonate with me when I was a Christian. I kept those things, the things I resonated with. But the things that did not serve me, I let that go. That's how I was able to open up to new knowledge, new things in my life, you know. But that spirit, I try not to look at that picture. I refuse to throw it away. I refuse to delete it because that's my only proof that I'm not fucking crazy, you know. And I've showed it to my brother. I've showed that picture to my brother, and he freaked the fuck out. He was like, sis, that really happened to you? Yes. He said, oh my gosh. So, you know, I can't call it, you know. It's strange things that happen. But that happened to me. That's why I'm firmly believing what I'm doing, you know. That's why I keep that's why I call on the light. I don't call on the darkness. People think I'm dark. No. I am a light worker. I have the ability to tap into the underworld. That's what a high priestess do. She's the gatekeeper of the dark and the light. You know, and it's crazy. Those experiences that I went through, I stopped looking at that picture because out of fear, I thought I would call it back on me. But Spirit has told me no. That spirit has now turned to help protect me. And I didn't understand. I'm like, huh? They was like, no, that spirit was called upon you through someone who didn't want you to be who you were. And now that spirit, because see, even low vibrational energies have to answer to what they do, spirit forms. So this spirit had to face repercussions. Now it helps protecting me from those of the dark. You know, it does not harm me. It's a dark energy, but it protects me. And I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful, but in the past, get that shit away from me, you know? That's why I don't do nothing against nobody's free will. I refuse to, because we all have the right to choose to be who we choose to be. And that is not my right to take that from you. I would never take that from you. So if anything I do, I've lit candles on folks. I had a man come to me with a foul mouth. A woman had broke his heart. I had, what they say? You ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody. I know people see what they see, girl. Yeah, they do. They don't want to admit it. I'm just honest. Y'all, I'm honest, and I don't give two fucks about my honesty. My honesty keeps me transparent, and the devil's of a lie. So I choose not to work for him. I go down there and monitor what needs to be monitored, because he calling for his souls that owe him. Okay, there's a balance between that shit, but I don't work for him. Get it? I'm the gatekeeper. I'm the keeper of records. I'm that high priestess energy. That's why she's surrounded by white light and darkness. Where'd she go? Where I put her, spirit? Did I stick her back over here? Yeah. This is what a true high priestess is capable of doing. She stays in the light at all times. Okay? But she goes into the darkness and shines her light. That's why she's depicted being surrounded by light and darkness. And that is the truth. There are some high priestesses that go into the dark and stay there. They don't come out. They get tempted. And they lose their divinity. After what I experienced from that trip from Florida, I choose the light, please. I'm channeling like a fuck. Excuse me, y'all. I'm channeling. And I cuss like a sailor. So those of you ain't don't like cuss words, that's on y'all. Get off my channel. I ain't changing who I am for you, okay? I'm gonna be me, my true authentic self. You know, I respect my elders. I will never cuss in the presence of my elders. So if you are elder and you don't like these cuss words, don't watch me, okay? I don't mean no disrespect. This is my channel. I'm being who I am, okay? I don't mean no disrespect to you, though. And I have some older people that watch me, and they're like, oh, that child mouth is filthy. Yeah, because I'm dealing with some filthy energies. And sometimes people don't understand what you're saying unless you get down on that level. You know, I know how to speak very intelligent without cuss words. But the energy I tap into, this is how they operate. You know, so I'm here to bring the darkness into the light. Therefore, I tap into the darkness. I don't stay there. Now, when y'all witness me on that rampage, that's because people was tapping into my energy, sending dark work my way. My energy was being split, and I was at a warfare. I was fighting these energies that was being sent my way. So those of you that took offense during that time, my apologies. But those who were guilty, you know who the fuck you are. I ripped some of y'all mouths out in the spiritual. Yeah. Yeah, Spirit has been showing me visions of what I've been doing on the 5D. Going after these demonic ass spirits. I fight. My fight is never over. I fight here in the physical and I fight in the spiritual. So if I popped up, if you're a karmic and you send negative energy my way and you got a vision of me whooping your ass, we're fucking with divine beings. My soul has a vengeful spirit. On the earthly plane, on the 3D, I don't seek vengeance. But on the spiritual level, my soul comes for that ass. And I try not to. But Spirit has shown me what I do. And, you know, and this ain't to prove nothing, though, you know. It's just to give experience, because there's a lot of people going through these spiritual awakenings. And they are being attacked and don't know what's going on with them. So I share my story. I share what happened to me, my truths, because a lot of people are afraid. They don't know what they're experiencing. That's why you have to ask God for the spirit of discernment to know what you're going through. You know, when I went through my awakening, I went through some terrifying shit. I know now who's here, who's up for me, and who's not of me. You feel me? It took me going through it to know it, to trust. Use my spirit of discernment to trust my own intuition. If it fell off, I knew that wasn't right for me, and I got the fuck away from it. I prayed over and moved on, But it's you have to. A lot of y'all, this is not relevant for you now, but it's gonna be relevant for you in the future, you know. And some of y'all, this is relevant. It's happening to y'all now. That's why I'm being guided to share this. Nothing comes up in my reading by chance. All of it is relevant, you know. I wasn't guided to tell y'all my story about my spiritual attacks for no reason, you know. I've had a lot of people tapping into my energy. If y'all was watching, all those people teasing and taunting, talking negative towards me, threatening my life, those are the karmics who asses I've been whooping on the spiritual. And they've been having nightmares. I said somebody's pissing on himself. I had a vision while a karmic was shooting at me. And I smashed her fucking face in on the spiritual level. And she saw it too. She has left me the fuck alone now. She attacks me from behind the scenes. She don't face me. Because what she saw in that dream terrified the shit out of her and her people that she had helping her taunt and tease me. So, you have to be careful who you fuck with out here. Because you don't know who you entertaining. You either entertain the devil or angel. And then, if you somebody that stands for the just, start protecting people you see and being treated unjustly. That's why you're here. If you don't like injustice, stand up, speak up, do something. Now, I ain't saying go out here and hop in the middle of a damn gunfight. No, that's just stupid. Because I ain't jumping in front of nobody's bullets. Fuck that. I done felt the bullet before. I don't need no more bullets, okay? In this here body. I still got one in here. I don't need no more bullets in this here body. But if it's something that you can defuse without putting yourself in jeopardy, then do so. Sometimes just take words of kindness and showing love to others, But I can get ghetto because I'm from the hood. I can get hood on your ass, and I can get sweet because I done been in there too. Had many walks of life, but I'm telling y'all who I am because a lot of people try to destroy my character by tapping into my energy. And I got back with their ass. I stood up to them. So if y'all see me snapping and going the fuck off on here, that was me having to stand up to these karmics. Okay? I am really a sweet person, but I will get in your shit, you come fucking with me. That's just on the real, But that's the reading, really. I'm just sitting here talking. But it's a lot of people going through these spiritual awakenings, and they're terrified. And there's some of them being haunted. If you know you've been out here putting out bad shit, and you've been experiencing some of the shit I'm talking about, that's your karma. That's your punishment. That's these ancestors coming back to get your ass because you've been fucking with divine beings. Now, those of you that know you are of the light and of the divine, and you're putting good energy out here, and you're doing good deeds, and you feeling this, then that is your ancestors and your spirit guides trying to let you know that, hey, we're right here with you. We walk with you every day. And anytime you walk in any room, you need to walk like your ancestors are with you. Okay? You need to know that they're with you. That's why I got so now when I learned that, I can walk in a room and demand the whole room's attention and don't even be trying to. Because I know my ancestors walk with me. A lot of people judge me because of my confidence. I came from somebody who used to be all covered up. I used to be a tomboy, so I dressed like a boy. Now I don't. I'm embodying my feminine energy. I have a lot of masculine energy in me, though. But I'm learning to embody my feminine energy. I'm no longer hiding who I am. I used to be ashamed of my curves. For what? That's like whoever this Hispanic person is in my comments talking about some damn squats and shit. Motherfucker, I squat and that ass so fat, and I don't need you coming in my comments talking about losing weight. I'm comfortable in my skin. I've been big all my life and I carry it well. I don't even want to be skinny. I think I look like olive oil, big ass head, big feet. That shit don't match. And that Virgo in me got to match, okay? So shit, that shit don't match, you know? I'm comfortable in my skin. It took me a long time to get here though. You know, it took me a very long time to get where I'm at. So I say to those of you who are invoking change in your life, who are learning new things, who are not afraid to challenge the status quo, keep rising. Keep loving yourselves. Keep pushing yourselves forward. And don't let these challenges and adversities push you down and make you doubt yourself. And at any time you're in doubt, stop and ask yourself, what is the root cause of your doubt? All right? What is the root cause of your doubt? And once you figure that out, go from there. How do I come away from this doubt? How do I believe in myself? Because if I don't believe in myself, nobody else will. I am the dreamer of my dreams. And only I can bring them into reality. That's what you have to tell yourself. Because people around you, who are they to tell you that? If you resonate with what you want to do deep down in your heart and your spirit and your soul, that this is what's for you, trust that shit. Go with that shit. Don't let nobody, because for all too long, I let people live my life for me. Tell me what I was good at and what I wasn't good at. Fuck all y'all that did that. Fuck all of you that did that to me. And I'm telling you that on the real. All of you that, when I come up as a kid, teased me, taunt me, told me what I wasn't good at, told me who I was going to be, I'm proving all y'all bitches liars today. And I said that, and I ain't retracting what I said. Those of you that don't, this message don't apply to, don't take heed to it. Don't let it stick, because it's not for you. But those who did that, they know, they watch me. I still love you, though. I just stay the fuck away from you. Long handle spoon, your ass. Okay? But you're still in my heart, and I pray for you. Even though some of y'all motherfuckers don't deserve it. I still pray for you because that keeps my heart, my soul, and my spirit light. Okay? But yeah, I encourage all of you who are invoking change in your life to keep pushing. Be your true, authentic self. Embrace your flaws and all. Because some of y'all's flaws is y'all superpower. You just don't know that. There's nothing wrong with fucking crying. And if you don't cry, I'm going to come on here one day and just have a crying session. I done had some. But just to have a crying section. And those of you that need a good cry, join me. I'm going to invoke them tears on that day, okay? Because a lot of us hold hurt and pain in and don't know how to cleanse it away. Anytime you need to cleanse something, you use what? What's the main ingredient? Water. Your body naturally produces it. Use it. Cleanse that shit out. Cry. And don't beat yourself up because you're doing it. Know that you're healing when you do that. You are invoking God's healing waters to flow through you. The true baptism. Some of you think you got to go dip yourselves in the water. The true baptism is when you allow those healing waters that the Most High already placed in you to flow, to ebb and flow naturally from you. That's the true baptism. You cleanse and purify your soul that way. Cry. Cry. Release those tears. And then go back and write while you was crying. Journal. That's an important part. Journal. Why am I crying? Why am I emotional right now? What triggered me to cry? It's not as bad that I'm crying, but there's a sign that something needed healing at that time. What was that? I cried for a reason. My body is telling me from the inside that the dam is bursting. It needs healing. The dam is cracking, so I'm crying and I don't know why I'm crying. Well, figure it out. I am too. I cried. I'm holding back tears right now. Just speaking about crying. That's how much I cry. I'm a cry baby. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? You a cancer? Yeah, I got cancer too. I got cancer too. I ain't gonna tell you where it's at, but I got cancer in my chart too, and I wear my feelings on my sleeve. I've learned to strengthen that, but I still let them sit on my sleeves. You know that because for the longest I thought that was a downfall. People always like, you always wear your feelings on your sleeve. And they made me feel bad about that. Fuck that. That was my superpower. That was my empathy and my compassion and my ability to love. Shit. Let them tears fly, honey. Let them cry. When a baby needs something, what they doing? Crying. So when you feel the urge to cry, who you think that is in you wanting to cry? That inner child. And a lot of y'all block that inner child from healing. Let that inner child flow. My inner child said, I want some chocolate ice cream. Okay, I went and gave my inner child some fucking chocolate ice cream. My inner child said, I want to go go splash my feet in water. I want to splash my feet in some fucking water. You see what I'm saying? You have to heal that inner child. A lot of times as kids, we are told what we shouldn't do. The things, I remember when I was a kid, I would be off in the woods, deep off in the motherfuckers. My mom, I hear her way in the distance. Yas, man, where your ass at? I'm coming. Deep out in the fucking woods some there were. You know? There was a lot of woods around where we lived. Any patch of woods I could find, my ass was off in there. Shit, that's what I used to do. You know, and I'm scared of it now because you don't know what's hiding in them damn woods these days. But my inner child has been longing to go foraging through the woods. And I'm going to give it. When I build the courage up to go off in these woods nowadays and times, I'm going to do that to my inner child. I'm going to give my inner child what it wants. It's been longing to do that. I haven't done it. Also, my inner child's been wanting to run. I used to run my ass off. My granny said, sit your ass down. You always moving around. I used to go run my ass off. But, you know, childbirth put a hamper on that. But I'm going to run again. I'm going to actually have it recorded when y'all see me run. I can jog. But, you know, since I had these kids, arthritis in my spine goes down into my knees and shit. So I ain't been able to run like I want to. But sister used to get the fuck up. I used to win them 100-yard dashes. I had one competitor. You know what I'm saying? She would beat me sometimes. You know, we used to fight. We became the best of friends, and then we lost touch. But, you know, I used to run my ass off. There's a lot of things that our inner child longs to still do. And we don't give it to her because we're supposed to be grown. We're supposed to be hard. We're supposed to put on the exterior that we bosses around here. Well, I'm the biggest inner child boss out here. I'm going to put it like that. I'm the biggest inner child boss out here because I'm going to give my inner child what it wants. That's in my ability to do right now. You know, sometimes I have to tell my inner child, look, we ain't on that level yet, baby. Wait a minute. We ain't on that level yet, baby. Just hold on, pump your brakes. Mama going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out to give you what you want, you know. Because long as I'm nurturing and loving myself and giving the inner child what it always wanted, that's like part of my inner child always wanted to learn how to play the piano, play the guitar. I was deprived of that. Well, we can't afford it. Lack mind state, you know. How have you been deprived of things in your inner child life because of lack mind states by the people that raised you? There's a lot of things that my inner child still wants, and I'm gonna give it to him someday before I leave this earth. She's gonna get it, you know. I've been giving her to it, you know. But I always have to check in with self. You know, a lot of times our inner child could tell us better than anybody what we need most. You gotta learn how to listen. And for y'all women, men too, get you a mirror. And start honoring your organs. And I say that with, you need to get a mirror and do some womb practices for the woman. Look at her. Look at your vagina in a mirror and ask her what needs healing and how have you abused her? How have you hurt her? And be patient and wait for her to respond. It's going to show up. There's a book called Sacred Woman by Afua, Queen Afua. Beautiful book. Men and women need to get that book and start reading it to get you, help you step back into your divinity and how to love and cherish yourself. You know, that book is my Bible. That is my new Bible, you know. Every time I need to go back and remind myself of who I am, it's in the beginning. I am a buttocks. I'm not gonna call this out verbatim, but I am a healing herb who use healing medicine to heal thyself. I have a buttocks, I have a breast, and I have a womb. And I come with sacred earth medicine to heal myself. That's who I am. And I thank Queen Afua every day for writing that book because she helped me remember to love and honor and know my self-worth. And to, especially those of you who have suffered rape, that's another reason why her book is coming into mind, because this reading was about a masculine being raped. There's a lot of men out there who's been raped, and they don't tell nobody. Get that book. For your masculines, get a book, a mirror. Hold it down. Make sure ain't nobody around. You know, make sure you got privacy. Look at your penis, your jed, and ask it, how have you abused it? And how has it been abused? And wait for it to tell you. You're going to start getting flashes of all the times you've hurt yourself or allowed others to abuse you and hurt you in that way. And then you heal that. And you never allow that to happen to you again. From anyone. Okay? And if it does happen, because sometimes you have no control over things outside yourself. You know? You have to know it's going to give you the tools of how to heal it again. Okay? So get that book. Queen Afua. Sacred Woman. She's got a lot of them. But that one is more in depth. In depth of how to heal. She talks about the practice of yoga. She talks about the practice of union between a man and a woman. She talks about a lot of things. She talks about a lot of our heritage. She's calling on her ancestors because she's an African American woman. So even if she doesn't, it's not biased to her though. She even lets you know it don't matter what walk of life you come from. That book is for everyone. Okay, so get that book, read it. You know, it also teaches you how to become your authentic true self. She teaches you about holistic healing. It's a very powerful book. Get it. Sacred Woman. I used to buy them and give them out. That's how much I love that book. I would buy it and give it to women so that they could heal themselves. You know, whether they read it or not, I don't know. If they did, good. If they didn't, hopefully whoever found it used it. You know, Spirit just told me some threw it away. Wow. They threw away a treasure. Hopefully whoever found the books that got thrown away that I purchased, they're not that expensive. They're like $20. I bought like $100 worth of them plus my own, and I passed them out to a lot of women I felt that could use it. You know, some of them didn't accept it because of their lack mind state, their cognitive dissonances, core beliefs. Didn't want to change that, so they didn't accept it. That's why they're still in the state they in now. You know, but that's not on me. I sent them love by giving them that book, you know. And I'm going to get back to that. That's something I stopped doing. I'm going to start back doing that. So, again, I got a challenge out right now to take a part of your body that you've always felt insecure about and love it for 30 days. And instead of giving you a reading, I'm going to give you these books because a lot of people can't afford it. You know, somebody told me to keep something, and excuse me for my white viewers, I don't mean no offense. This is for my people. Okay? Uh, I was told that if you want to keep something from a nigga, put it in a book. That's why I read my ass off. I read, you know. And that used to be true back in the day. They would put information in the book and we was refused to read. That's like they have a black code when it comes to the Bible. There's certain things preachers are not supposed to preach. They take an oath not to teach these things, and these are the very things they should teach. You know? Do your research, folks. Don't just go by what I'm saying. This is the age of technology. Read, study, and show yourselves approved. I'm going to give y'all some closing out messages. And then I'm going to get out of here because I got some things. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah. 10's completion. Come on through, speak. Yeah, it's time to wrap it up, baby. You've been talking too long. Thank you, Spirit. Those of you who have been joining, please hit that like button. I know I done had more than 10 people watching me. Hit that like button. You've been getting knowledge and information, love from my channel. Even when I'm fussing at y'all, I still sending y'all love. I want y'all to know that. I can cuss your ass out and love the hell out of you. And it's so crazy because I cuss my children out and they like that shit. And I be like, ain't y'all tired of me cussing y'all out? They said, no. I was like, why? They said, because we know you fucking mean what you say. When you ain't cussing, we don't take you serious. I was like, what? It's like, no, we don't take you serious. So they would, when I started feeling bad because I'm like, I shouldn't be cussing around my kids like that. Those motherfuckers got mad at me because I stopped cussing. It's like, Mama, you love us? I'm like, yeah. Why y'all say that? We don't hear you cussing that much. I said it because I'm trying to change my words. So you know what them little fuckers did? They started doing shit intentionally to piss me off, to make me cuss their ass out, and will bust out laughing. I'm like, I got some weird ass kids, man, but I love them. They're my babies, and they love me. And they just know that's just who I am, you know? 222 on the clock. They know that's just who I am. I'm a lover. And it trips me out, because I was like, why are y'all laughing? It's like, cuz it ain't right if your ass ain't cussing us out. And they cussed me. I said, what the fuck y'all Mama, don't get mad. It's just the truth. And, you know, I was just like, dang. You're welcome. I love this shit. It's just like, you know, a lot of people tried to shun me. You shouldn't talk to your kids like that. I remember my son suffered from asthma. And I took him to the hospital. We took him to the kids' hospital. And he was, the only thing that was stopping my son from having to stay in the hospital over a week, and I had to work. Now, I had 5 other kids at home, and their dad had to work, and if I had to stay at the hospital, dad couldn't work, bills didn't get paid. So I'm looking at my son like, baby, quit fighting that nurse and do what she asked you to do. He wasn't hearing me. So the nurse was like, come on, because it tasted nasty. They was trying to give him a steroid to open up his airway. That's all he needed. He refused to take it because it tastes nasty. I looked at him. I got angry. I said, that's the only thing stopping you from having to stay in here and them keep you on this ventilator. Take the medicine. He didn't want to take it. So that old granny came out on my ass. Get your ass over there, open your mouth, and take that fucking medicine. That child looked at me and was like, you know, sometimes you have to pull that authority out. And that nurse looked at me, you shouldn't talk to him that way. I said, did he take your medicine? She said, yeah. I said, who the fuck are you to tell me how to raise my kid? And the charge nurse heard what happened. And she came and she said, ma'am, I'm so sorry. She said, you did what you had to do to save your son's life. And if it took you having to talk to him like that to get him to comply, then I'm not mad at you. Just because, to be honest, I'd rather send him home than have him in here for a week. You know how many children we got up there on the floors because they parents too afraid to presume that authority to get their children to listen? Sometimes you have to find that authority voice in you. And my authority voice is through cuss words sometimes. So I embrace that shit, you know? and you know, I don't give a fuck who judge me on that. Fuck you. That's what I got to say. You finna get cussed. Fuck you. But, it's crazy because it saved my son's life that day. He was on the verge of dying. He was turning blue in the face. He didn't want to take this medicine just because it tastes bad. So I had to do that. And I'm like, and after I told him, after it was done and over, I told him, I'm sorry. I didn't want to talk to you like that. He said, it's okay, Mama. I took it because I knew you were serious. I said, okay. He said he knew I was serious. They knew I was serious because I learned that's my authoritative voice. I didn't know that at first. I know it now, My kids, they respect that because I don't talk down on them, but God damn it, motherfucker, you get your ass. They know I'm fucking serious. But I never call my children bitches. I never call them anything like that. I always lift my children up, and they know that. If I see them going against each other, they know I'm the first to stop this shit. Oh, hell no, y'all a team, not a goddamn island. No, we not. Y'all better work together, because what if I'm not here? Somebody got to be the big person, take the lead, right? Y'all got to learn how to work together. That's what I teach my children. And we're not together. And it's crazy because I used to say that to them all the time. And God was getting me ready. He knew I was going to have to move away from my kids for a short period of time. And I came to that realization, and I'm like, what the fuck? Now I see why I kept telling them that, teaching them that. Because it was going to come a time where they was going to have to fend for themselves and stand together as a unit. Because Mama wasn't there to be the goddamn glue, which I will be back. I ain't gone. I'm coming back, and they know that. But I had to go through my journey. Spirit needed me in a hermit mode because of what I meant to do. He needed me away from any distractions so that he can groom me and work with me. And sometimes you have to get in that mode. I made that sacrifice. It was hard. I just probably 2 weeks ago finally made peace with my decision. Just made peace with that. And you know what? My kids helped me make peace with it. He said, Mama, we're not mad at you. They even helped me realize you actually the one that told us beforehand. They you already told us this was going to happen. And we actually started to work together. So I'm so proud of them right now. And I know they be watching me. I love y'all. And I'm proud of you. Even though I ain't right there with you, I put everything you needed in you before I had to go through this. And I'm coming back. I ain't gone. Y'all know y'all pick your phone up, call me, and I'll call y'all. Number one, what happened to your ass? Call me. I'm not putting their names out there because I have a lot of haters out there. But number no know who they is. All right. Guardian angels, ancestors, and spirit guides of the pure divine white light. What messages do you have to close this reading out? I've been talking about it. Wow. Shit. Hold up, spirit. Hold up. They about time you let us in. We've been waiting to say something. They have been speaking through me, though. Right. I love it. I just love it. I got out here. I'm going to give y'all what I got thus far. The angels of trust. The angels of purification. The angels of care. The angels of release. The angels of forgiveness. And the angels of blessing. Ain't that all I've been talking about doing this reading? Thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's how I know I'll be on the right path. Because when I close it out, and what I close it out with, match with everything I done said to y'all, further confirmation for me and for y'all of who's guiding me. For those of you who were wondering. Angels of trust. The light of my soul is my solid foundation of trust. When we trust our inner potential, we never waste energy. Whenever we are motivated by the deepest truth within ourselves and not by others expectations, we will be given the living example of trust. Those of you who have been, like I said, your ancestors have been trying to get in touch with you. Y'all feel them. Y'all been seeing them, and you're scared shitless. They said trust. Some of y'all going through spiritual awakenings, okay? So this is your confirmation. They said trust. There's not nothing evil around you. You'll know if it's evil because you're going to feel that fear, the real fear. And if you don't have sage in your home, get you some. Yeah, some of y'all need to get y'all some sage. Okay, cleanse your spaces, cleanse your home. When you sage, open up a window, open up a door, depending on how negative the energy is. If you always feel sad and low vibrational in your home, it definitely needs a cleansing. You know what I'm saying? Open up the door, let some sunlight in, open your shades and your blinds, get that sage, and as you go from corner to corner, each corner, I had upstairs, so I would start upstairs, like I'm sweeping the floor. Start in the furthest corner and work my way to the door, and sweep that shit out. Get you a cinnamon broom. Sometimes you have people come in your house and they leave bad energy. You got to take that cinnamon broom and sweep that negative energy. Why y'all think y'all grandmamas used to have cinnamon brooms? 10-10, look it up. 10 is about endings and new beginnings, something in order for something to begin. And I'm seeing it now too, now that you say it. But look it up. But for real, get your cinnamon brew. A lot of y'all, my grandmama had an iron frog by her door. I never knew what it meant till I looked it up. That iron frog warded away evil spirits from entering her house. My other grandmama had coconut shells with faces on them. Whole coconuts that she let dry out. And they had faces on them. She kept them in her windowsill. Catch that shit. Your ancestors, your grandmothers and grandfathers still had that knowledge and they used it. Go back and remember the strange things around your grandmama's and your granddaddy's house that y'all didn't think nothing of it. My grandmama had crystals all in her house, and I didn't know she kept aloe vera everywhere. Aloe vera is a protection plant. She had that shit heavily in her home. Outside she had rose bushes, and everything was in a certain position. My grandmama was spiritual. She'd go sit up in that church and not pay them goddamn pastors no attention, and then come home and tell you what the pastor need to work on himself or whoever in the congregation. Not that she was talking down on people, but she observed. But she was a different creature. She didn't tell everybody that. She kept it to herself. My other grandmama could whip up some elixirs on your ass if you was sick. Shh. She was the queen of toddies, and they would heal the shit out of you. Some of y'all grandmamas and grandfathers still had the old knowledge. And if you got grandmamas and grandfathers like that, they may not be here no more. But think back on how they used to do and how they used to operate. They were showing you something. When I started doing my inner child work, I remember all the things. Because I remember I was always intrigued by my grandmama's gadgets and gadgets around her house and her kitchens. And she would, leave it alone, child. You don't know what you're messing with. And I'm like, that made me even more curious. You know what I'm saying? Well, why can't I touch it, grandma? Because I said so. But my grandmamas had protection around their home. She had an iron frog at her door. My other one had a horseshoe. Iron represents and I caught her one day nailing railroad spikes in the yard. Didn't know why. She put one on each corner of the yard. Protection. So a lot of times our grandmamas didn't pass it down, but if you was observant like I was one of the children that was always in the kitchen with my grandmama. I was always in the kitchen. Or if she kicked me out, I was somewhere where I could still see. And she's like, I see you. I said, I ain't in the kitchen. And she just bust out laughing because I was still watching. I learned from my grandmother's shit. Whether they wanted me to or not, I watched their ass. My other one was full in the herbs. Never understood that till now. She's deeply in the herbs, But she had... one of my grandmas had a green thumb, and I mean, she had beautiful plants, and she knew she was very knowledgeable about herbs and flowers and shit like that. No lie, y'all, she lived on a bedrock, and that woman had a botanica around her home on a big ass rock. She took a little dirt and turned it into a botanica. No lie. She ain't had no grass in her front yard. She had gravels and rocks. But whatever patch of dirt she had, she transformed that shit. My ancestors had old knowledge that they didn't share. They shared, but they didn't share why. And I was the curious one to ask why. And now they're teaching me. Even from the past on, both my grandmamas are not here with me in the physical, but they here with me in the spiritual. They rocking me right now. If y'all see me start rocking, that's my ancestors. Especially when I'm loving on them, or I need some loving, they come in here and they just rock on me, and I just get to rocking. I done got so now I just ignore it. I don't even, at first I was like, why the fuck am I rocking? They're like, that's us, baby. We nurturing you. We loving on you. So, I didn't even realize I was rocking until I just looked in this damn camera and saw me rocking. But my grandmothers didn't share the knowledge, but they showed me the knowledge. I won't remember one morning waking up. My grandma was in there listening to the Temptations, and she jamming. I ain't never seen my grandmama dance. She's back in the kitchen. And we had a shotgun house, so if I could get up, I could stand in the middle of the hallway and look down the hall and see her in the kitchen. And she's back there, she's juking. But she's got her hands up like she's dancing with someone. And I kept seeing a light flicker around her, and I didn't understand what I was seeing. I was like, what the fuck? What is Granny doing? Then finally she looked up and saw me, and she started laughing, but she kept going. I think Papa told her that I could see. I could see him, but I didn't know what I was looking at. And she smiled. She said, come here, child. I came into the kitchen. You saw me dancing? I was like, yes, ma'am. She said, I was dancing with your granddaddy. I was like, really? She said, yes, this used to be our song. Every time it played on, I could feel him around me. And I was like, she would dance with my granddaddy in the kitchen. And I could see him, but I didn't know. I was young then. I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at. I've always been able to see spirits, but I didn't know what I was seeing. And then the people around me were scared, so they were like, you ain't seeing nothing. Shut up. We don't see shit, so you shut up. They would get scared as fuck. I remember telling my dad we had an old lady living in our house that she was cleaning up the house. My brother can contest to this. We were going to a baseball game. He didn't clean that room up for shit. My daddy told him, if you don't clean that room up, you can't go. So he begged me, he said, y'all, come on, please help me get my room clean. Help me. So I go in there, I was like, all right, we didn't clean that damn room. We shoved shit in corners and under blankets and under the bed. We made the floor clear enough where you could see a path. That room was not in organized state. We leave. He said, did he clean that room up? My daddy didn't go check. And we was like, yeah, he cleaned it up. Because I didn't want to go by myself, so we go. And as we leaving, my daddy knew something was off at that house too. He looked back and there was the curtain was closed. But again, the curtain pulled back. Someone looking and watching us leave. My daddy's like, he stopped the car in the middle of the road. He's like, what the fuck? It was like, what's wrong with you, Dad? Y'all see that shit? Wasn't them blinds closed in the house? I was like, yeah. I said, that's that old lady that live in this house, Dad. He said, ain't no old lady in that house. Quit saying that shit. I'm not playing, Dad. It's old lady in the house. So we leave. We go to the game. We come back. My brother run in. He goes upstairs trying to really clean his room up for Daddy come up there and check for real. And he come down and said, yes. I was like, what? He said, come here, look. I go up there. All the clothes that we didn't fold up and just shoved under the bed was folded up neatly on his bed. His shoes was made up and stacked neatly around his room. His closet, everything that we tossed in the closet was put in its place. And the floor looked like it had been vacuumed. We didn't vacuum that damn room. We just picked the shit up. And he was like, did you do this? I said, how am I do that in the house with you? He was like, man, I know damn well we didn't do this before I left. How my room get clean? So he called his girlfriend at the time that had a key to the house. And he was like, hey, you been in the house? And she was like, no, I'm out of town with my mama. He said, no, you ain't put your mama on the phone. She said, yeah, baby, we out of town. And he was like, looking at me, and they hang up. He said, yeah, how my room get clean? I said, I don't know. So I said, tell Daddy Pooh. Because now he gonna believe me about the old lady in the house. He went down there and said, Daddy, I think y'all's been telling the truth. He said, why you say that? He said, come look at my room. And my daddy went up there and looked in their room. He said, I know damn well your ass didn't clean this up. And he's like, no, Daddy, we shoved stuff in the corner. He said, I figured you did. and and my brother's like, no, we did not clean his room up properly. He's like, I'm scared, Daddy. Who did it? He said, you call your girl? He said, yeah, I just got on the phone with her. They said they out of town. And my daddy just looked at me. I said, now do you believe me? He went to the office the next day and found out an old woman that used to live in that house. She was a neat freak. And she passed away and in that house. And her spirit was still there. I kept seeing her. It was an old white woman with blondish gray hair. I could see her clearly, but they didn't want to believe me. She would come in sometimes, smack the bottom of my feet in their bed. And I'm like, y'all, I see people. And they didn't want to believe me. They thought I was just a crazy little kid. But my daddy, after that day, I think he started believing me. So it'd be like sometimes we would go places, he get lost, he'll wake me up, and I could tell him exactly how to get back home. I don't know how, I just knew. You know, some people are born with these gifts. And a lot of people, even if you don't have these type of gifts, you can tap into a portion of it, you know? Some people are not gifted like it, but you still have, everyone has intuition, you know? But my family was scared of that shit. You know, I could tell my brother, don't go do that, such and such gonna happen. You know, I ain't studying you. Sure enough, that shit would happen. He called me a jinx. I'm like, no, you should have listened. You know. But, you know, it was a lot of things that took place. Even my daddy used to see spirits. But he didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to trust it. He thought it was going crazy. But he told us the stories when he was a teenager. Him and his brother going into a haunted house, seeing spirits and shit. You know? It's the spirit realm is real, y'all. That's the reason why I'm saying that shit. Okay? But let me finish reading what the spirit got to say. It says, the more we allow the light of the soul to flow through us, the stronger the foundation of trust will be to support our actions in life. So some of y'all need to trust that this shit is real. Y'all been going through awakenings and don't know what's going on with you. The angel of purification. I bathe myself in the light of my soul every day. When we open our hearts and minds, our inner sun, we are fully purified by the radiance of its loving light. All that keeps the memory of negativity is cleansed, and in that way we purify both mind and body. Visualize now the light of your soul filling your entire being and purifying energy cells and atoms as it radiates to everything around you. Some of y'all need to, like I said, need to take some spiritual baths. Put some salt in your water. Look it up. How to take a proper spiritual bath. There's many ways out there. Go with the one that resonates with your soul, that feels right for you. Okay? The angel of care. I am filled with joy as I care for people and things and all of nature. Loving care is the soul's touch of light in everything we do. Beyond consciousness of order and balance, when we care for all with which we have, hold on, I'm getting some tongue twister. Hold on. When we care for all with which, them W's be tying my tongue up, so I'm going to read it slow, y'all. Hold on. When we care for all with which we have been entrusted, there is also an attraction of invisible helpers. Helpers that begin to cooperate with the success of what we are creating. Your spirit guides is trying to help y'all create. The angels are like, we've been touching on you. We here. Trust. This purified energy that you're feeling, You can tell the difference between a negative energy and a non-negative energy. Cleanse your auras. Take these spiritual baths, and listen. Use the spirit. Ask for the discernment to know if it's negative or positive. What I would do. This is what I do. You ain't gotta use no tarot card. If you got a regular deck of cards, okay, do this. The Joker is the highest card in the deck, right? So it's the most positive. So the Joker is your yes card, and a 2, it don't matter what suit, is your no card. Okay? Face them face down, mix them up, and then sit there and ask your questions and choose a card about what you're experiencing. And whichever one, if you get the high card, then yes. If you get the low card, then no. Then you need to readjust when you get your nose. You know what I'm saying? That's how I started. Shit, I was like, man, I need some answers. You know, get your 2 cards. Get your high card and a low card. Set its intention. Say it out loud. Which card represents what? And Spirit's going to abide by it. They're going to come through. And they're going to be like, okay, we're going to help you. We're going to show you. So, how to go, what you need, you know. It says, the angel of release. My life is perfect here and now. Exactly, you're perfect, whole and complete just as you are. Just as you are, and you need to know that. Especially those of you who are doing your healing work, you know, doing good deeds. Those of you who are here doing the opposite, then you need to get in this energy. All right, it says our greatest release is to free ourselves from attachment of the past and concerns with the future to be able to live in the present moment. When we do this, we concentrate our energies and we don't lose vitality by criticizing, comparing, or judging. The quality of release frees us from guilt, which it is great waste of energy. Guilt is a great waste of energy, you know, to sit in that energy. You got to let it go. Cry, purify. Spirit say, even if you got to get in the shower and cry. Those of you don't like people to see you cry. When you take a shower, cry. Release brings freedom from attachment to possessions of fear of loss. Yeah. Some people got evil spirits attached to them. And that's another reason why I had to share my story. You don't know who's sending stuff on you. You know? Or you don't know what attached yourself to you. I was looking at a photo of my grandfather. Never seen him. Looked at this picture a million times. And I was looking at him, and he's sitting there, and there's 2 red eyes behind him. My grandfather was a soldier. And from what my ancestors are telling me, that bloodline of that entity, my grandfather, he's killed many people. He was a soldier. He's a veteran. There was a family who cursed my grandfather. And that entity was following him. And nobody in our family ever noticed those 2 red eyes standing behind my granddad. And I'm looking like, oh my gosh. It fucking freaked me out to see that image standing behind my grandfather. And I've looked at that picture for years. But when my eye wasn't spiritually woke enough to see it, I couldn't see it. Now that I see that, I can point it out to people and they be like, you're right. Yeah. Nobody's seen it. And as there's 2 red eyes, my father's sitting like this. Well, it's my grandfather. He's sitting like this, and there's 2 red eyes standing over him. Fucked me up. Go back and look at some of your old family photos. You might see some things that you missed before. Angel of forgiveness. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone. Forgiveness is my freedom. A power feeling of freedom emerges when we open our hearts to forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves is the first step to forgiving others. We can learn to accept ourselves. When we can learn to accept ourselves and others as we really are, At present, the greatest power of healing is in forgiving. With the soul's help, we can forgive anyone who has hurt us. Forgiveness teaches us about the great law of cause and effect and open our minds to divine mercy. Always be in a state of forgiveness. Once you learn to forgive, then you go back. It's a cycle. Go back to loving the energy. Forgive them and then go back to loving them. Because you go through a process. First, you go through the initial cause of that needing to forgive. You go into a hurt space, a hate, and then it's a cycle. But a lot of times that cycle don't stop repeating because we forget to love those that harmed us. I couldn't understand. I had forgave my rapist. I forgave my rapist a long time ago, but it kept repeating. And I'm like, why does that keep coming up in my head? I stopped hating him. I stopped fearing him. And I had actually forgiven. I had forgiven the act. So I had forgiven the act. I hadn't forgiven him at the time. So I learned to forgive him. And then I forgave him. I forgave myself. I realized I needed to forgive myself for all the years that I carried that with me. For feeling like I was supposed to do more. I was a child. I beat myself up for years because I didn't protect myself. I felt like I didn't protect myself enough. I was a child. I was supposed to have been protected, you know. And it took me forever to forgive him. Because this man raped me repeatedly in my childhood, held me at knife point, threatened to kill me if I told anybody. And I did tell, but nothing happened, you know. And throughout my life, I would go to family functions, and there he was. And that's why I stopped going, because they protected him, you know. And it took me forever to forgive him and my family for protecting him. For not bringing him to justice. I was the child, you know. He wasn't. I was. And they didn't protect me. And the only one that tried to protect me was my father. But that was after I finally told him. I never told him. And I told him he did do something to stand up and try to protect me. He was actually finna kill him. So, you know. But thank God he didn't. But this man has suffered dearly for his crimes against me. And the family is suffering behind it too for protecting him. And I forgave him. And it took, the last step was for me to love him again. And I had to go back to that. At first I was like, fuck that, hell no, I ain't. But to set my heart free, I opened it back up towards love. Because somewhere down the line, something happened to him. It was a pattern that he had learned. You know, I had to realize that it was a pattern. No, it didn't excuse him for what he did, but he learned it from somewhere else. You know, and until we learn to stop the patterns, these things keep repeating in our lives. The cycle keeps going, and I refuse for that cycle to continue. I'm the one that says no more. No more of these cycles repeating. You know, so I chose to speak out. I don't mention names, but I chose to speak out because everybody else stayed quiet. Nobody protected me. I got him to stop. I was 10 years old, and everybody had left the home. It was me and my brother in the house. My brother didn't know. He didn't know. And he came in the house offering to buy ice cream from the dairy dip across the street. Asked us how we ate. And you know, as kids, even if we had ate, we like, fuck no, we want some dairy dip. So we like, hell yeah, let's get his money and go get this dairy dip. You know, who wouldn't want to go to the dairy dip and have that fire ice chocolate dip ice cream cone? And I couldn't find my shoe. He was sitting on my shoe. I remember, it took me a minute. I never could remember what happened to my shoe. Me and my brother, he's done popped his shoes on. Because we had just came in the house before everybody left. And he had popped his shoes on. My granny was at her mother's board meeting. My daddy was at work. And he came in. And we had a babysitter, Uncle Cato. He wasn't really our uncle, but my granny adopted him. He was there. He always sat out on the front porch, you know. But he came in and he told me where everybody at. See, I don't know. I guess Cato had walked to the store. He wasn't on the porch to stand guard. Because Granny already told him, watch that nut, you know. Because she knew how her son was. And I guess he had walked to the store, knew we was in there watching cartoons, and crept off to the store. He came in. Because he wasn't there. He wasn't at his post. That's what I'm going to say. And he came in and gave my brother the money to go over to the dairy dip. And I'm trying to scramble to find my shoe to go with him. And my brother was like, sit down, you always follow me. You know how big brothers do with their little sisters. I said, I'm going with you. He was like, I'm just going across the street. I'll be right back. I said, you don't know what I want. You know, I'm trying to come up with every excuse to get him to wait on me. He being big brother, like, little sister, sit down. You know what I'm saying? Finish watching your cartoon. And I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck you. I'm looking for the shoe. And I couldn't find that shoe. I even tried to run out the house with one shoe on. And he was like, look, just stay here. And I'm getting ready to get in tears. And he not understand. He just think I want to be up under him. He didn't know. And finally, my rapist spoke up and told me to sit down. You ain't going out there with no shoe on you. Mess around and cut your foot. The whole time this bastard sitting on the shoe. And I sat on my dad's bed and continued to watch cartoons. He started filling me up. And I backed further back in the corner of my dad's bed. And there was a chair to sit next to my dad's bed. And he kept reaching and grabbing me in areas he shouldn't have been grabbing me. And I would smack his hand away. And that was the day I got my courage. That motherfucker grabbed me and slammed me on the bed. And I went for his ball sack. And I started wailing on it, hard as I could, kicking with that one shoe on. And I fought him. 10-year-old girl fighting a grown man off her. I fought him. And fought him and fought him until I got him good and he sat his ass in that chair. By the time my brother came back, he had crept out the back door and left. I fought him that day. I saved me. I had to fight my attacker. And that's why I grew up after that with a chip on my shoulder. That any man that harmed me, I would put them hands on him. You know, I had to come out of that. That's how I wound up going to jail fighting a man. I went to jail. Ex-boyfriend was cheating on me, lying to me in my face. I whooped that little Negro ass in that house. I wasn't going to. I told him to leave. He kept instigating the shit. And I'm like, leave. You know how somebody antagonizes you to the point where you reach your breaking point. And that's what happened. I reached my breaking point and I snapped on that man and that's how I got this cut. He cut me in the arm with some scissors. And I had just had a little scratch where I had grabbed him around his neck and my thumb went in his skin and I got arrested. Because I was bigger than him. But he cut me with some fucking scissors. And I'm like, what? So, you know, that was my little jail experience. But, you know, I had to come away from that because I realized I was holding anger. I was angry at men because the man I trusted, this was one of my favorite family members. I trusted him. And I always thought he loved me till he started abusing me. You know, he always showed me favoritism. I didn't understand why. Now I knew he was buttering me up to pull me in closer. You know, that was that experience. And I had to learn to hear that. I carried that with me for a long time. I didn't completely heal that till I was 40, you know. I can talk about it now without crying, you know. But it used to be times I couldn't talk about that without feeling hate. I was be mad. The anger was still there. Now it's peace. It's peace because I learned to love him, even though I know he's suffering, which is my justice. I look at that as my justice because he never faced real justice throughout the system, you know. But I look at that as my justice. I know he's suffering, and part of my soul found peace in that. And this might sound fucked up to say, but this man threatened my life as a young girl and took something that was precious to me, my virginity. So I have never felt like a virgin all my life. I felt like that was robbed of me, you know. And some of y'all may felt like that if y'all been through that. That's why this rape is coming up too, because I'm a rape victim. I'm a rape survivor. Let me correct it. I was a rape victim till I learned to heal. I'm a rape survivor, you know. So yeah, this message is difficult to hear, but rape came up, and a lot of men has been raped, even when they was children, and they never dealt with it. They never healed from it because nobody believed them. You're a boy. Bullshit. It happens to y'all too. I believe strongly in my heart that it happened to the person that raped me. And he, instead of healing it, he turned into a predator. You know? And I understand how that's possible because it's a mixed emotion of love. You feel it's a toxic, you learn as a child that that's how you receive love. That's why a lot of people who've been raped are very promiscuous. They can be very promiscuous. If they didn't resort to hurting others, they resorted to hurting themselves. Being promiscuous, going out here sleeping with multiple people, which is very dangerous because on a spiritual level, you're picking up so much spiritual STDs. It's pathetic, and then you start losing yourself in the process. That's why purification is here. It's time for a purification. And I said I felt like this masculine is purifying his energy. He's not out here having sex. Whoever this masculine was that I was reading for earlier, this masculine is gone in the celebratory mode, which is good for him. He needs to heal from that rape. He needs to get him a mirror and ask his Jed, how have I hurt you? And journal about it. How can I help heal you? And journal about it. That's what it took for me to do. Everything I did may not work for everybody, but I can only give you the tools that I know that work for me, you know. He needs to ask his Jed, get him a mirror, and take your clothes off, and put that mirror down where you can have a personal moment with that part of your body that's been abused, and look at it and ask it and talk to it. Because a lot of times we disassociate ourselves with that part of our body. It's time to come in and warm with that part. We disassociate ourselves with it because that's the part that was abused. That was the part that was hurt. And to come into healing and come back in balance with yourself, you have to find that peace with that part of your body. Because for the longest, I thought that's how my yoni was for. That's how men show their love. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Now, it's a whole nother story. You just can't come walk your ass up and get in my bed. On a special kind of somebody can get in my bed, and I don't fuck around like that no more. I learned that lesson a long time ago, you know? And I feel like it's time for a lot of you to learn that same lesson. Yeah. So, I'm gonna finish this with this last card, and then I'm gonna get out of here. 3:03 on the clock. The angel of blessing. I am blessed in many ways, and I bless all that I have. To be aware and open to our true selves is the greatest blessing. When we are blessed, all those around us participate in it. Blessings never come just for one. Bless and hold sacred all that you are just now. All right, y'all. I hope my story helped those who have been struggling with similar issues. It may not be the same, but maybe you experience something like that. And I hope everything that I'm sharing with y'all today can help you start the healing process. Okay? But you got to be determined. You can't give up on you, no matter what. Peace, love, and light.